Let's go cruise over there. Alrighty, found the market. So you could just sit in here, nice and warm. Order myself a le croissant. I could get used to this. Got a fresh croissant. Just hanging out, making vlogs. Some of that organic blueberry jam. Have a couple more bites of this. I might finish the whole thing. Sky's the limit. Like this is just literally a podcast where I'm just talking. I'm sipping coffee in France and I'm eating a croissant. Sky's the limit. People watching, just hanging out. I feel like a local. I'm taking out my trash, and first trash can is just located down by the second chalet from my homes. I do want to get this shot, and it was so lovely. So one other thing that potentially, let me see if I can keep it focused on myself. Hold on one second. So I was back at the Harry Potter house. The microphone didn't pick that up. And now we're gonna rip up this beautiful, that's absolutely stunning. That has to be a rental. We're just gonna rip up this street again, maybe get up to the gondola lifts again, putting in the landscape, Harry Potter house. So these are gonna be absolutely incredible chalets right here. Absolutely incredible. That one's beautiful. And then it looked like they're doing some more building. And then this one over here, my shoulder, cute as a button with the shutters. So this is a great hill. Get your heart rate up. Beautiful chalets up here on the hill. Again, this is just behind the apartment complex. Just a few minutes, well, I wouldn't say a few minutes, but a little bit over to the Brabant lift. I think that's a private drive for the houses up here, kind of cut over. And then again, these beautiful, we've seen these ones before, little street that way, connectors, stunning, beautiful morning. Did I walk by this one already? Yeah, I think I walked by this one already. Or is this on the way to the park? I forgot. But yeah, we walked by this one already with the big garage. And then I think I just U-turned and came back. I don't believe this gets down to the park. I think we got to keep going up. Sorry, had you tilted too high there. Beautiful morning though. Yeah, this one just kind of dead ends. And then I was wandering back over here. Same thing a few days ago. Drizzling a little bit right now, but still stunning. So we're going to maybe do like 1.5 miles, maybe 1.25, because I don't want to take too long and do like 3 miles. The reason why is that there is a Saturday market in the heart of the square. So the market is like a lot of vendors. It's like not really a farmer's market, but kind of, where they sell like decor, where they sell like, from what I understand, like everything, like souvenirs, fresh fruits. So I'm looking forward to getting down there. It starts at like 7 or 8, and I think it goes till about 1. So it's only like 9, 10, I think right now, or not even 9 o'clock yet. So I slept in a little like extra 40 minutes this morning, which is nice. Did I go with that? Oh yeah, the park is that way. So I've been going to bed every night, like I told you, like right around 10:45, 11, crashing out, and like every morning popping up at like 7:45 on the dot. That's definitely not like me. Your boy typically goes to bed a little bit later, like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and your boy sometimes is out till like 8:45, 9:30. I've been known to go to bed at midnight and sleep till 10, Your boy needs a little bit of a rest. All right, that's pretty cool. So let me flip you around. So this street where the Defender wagon is right here, behind me, there is that white van right there. And he literally has like a heater going right now. And he's heating himself up in there. That's awesome. Once again, even with a little bit of haze and cloud cover, it's still dreamy. So I wanted to get one more walk in because tomorrow the plan is to go to Verbe on the Swiss side once again. Just a mountain I haven't been to and is free with my Colorado pass, or I should say no added fee. So I can go without an extra charge of a lift ticket, just like at Grants, Montana. So that's the plan, to go there tomorrow. So I wanted to take one more neighborhood hike up and around. Yeah, we'll just go, we're pretty much right here. We'll go up to the Brabant lift, and then we'll turn around. Maybe walk down a different direction. Yeah, I think today I'll go back that way. And that's the little itty bitty street that I went down when I was leaving Brabant parking lot, going to my new Airbnb. I took a wrong turn and I literally went down. It's a tiny street, but it's a cool street. So we'll go down that one this time. We're already at 0.81. So we're cranking it out, feeling good, man. Part of me is like, I want to leave with more, if that makes any sense. So part of you is like, yeah, it's coming up. You know, we got 2 more nights here at the Airbnb, and then 1 night in Geneva, and then I fly out. And I'm getting to that point where I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I wouldn't mind going home. The problem is, I'm going to be honest with you, is my house is a fixer-upper. So you're not going home to something prestige and clean. I'll be honest with you. Like my room's clean. You know, my mud room, my bathroom is, you know, spotless. But my house is still under construction. So either A, it gives you motivation to continue, or it kind of, I'm kind of praying through this. I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, man, like having something really clean and luxury, it feels really good. It feels motivating. It feels, and I think I've talked this with you about this before, but like it pumps me up to like be like just a better steward and give with my tithes and offerings. Here's the gondola. I'm going to head up right here a little bit and see if I can get a better shot of them. It just kind of, oh, this is a steep street. We'll go up here for a little bit, see what we can find. But like when you're looking good, feeling good. Now, if you got an Airbnb right here, I mean, literally gondola right here. I don't know if I necessarily would want to be like right next to the gondola. Okay, it looks like you can get some hiking trails. Someone's business right there, sewing, like a couple apartments. Here's the Brevant parking. And yeah, you literally can hike if you really wanted to. You could hike up there. That's where I parked, on the 3rd level, tucked in. Filling in a little bit more for 910 or whatever it is, but remember, you still have all the outdoor at spot number 5, or the top 4. There's 4 levels. Let's see, we're 1 mile in right now. This is pretty. This is a good little turnaround spot, but this is gorgeous. I wouldn't mind putting a big chateau in this field right here. A little bit of hedge for privacy of the gondola. Stunning nonetheless. Beautiful. Trees are starting to fill in just a little bit right there. That's gorgeous. All right, we're gonna start heading down. Actually, at only 0.98, but 1 mile close enough. And I wanted to go back, get some coffee, get some devotion time in before I went down to the city center, because I'm gonna probably wander around there for a little while, you know, getting a couple souvenirs. I don't want to like waste money. I want to get people some things that they would actually use. So I'm going to see if I can find my mom and dad a Christmas ornament. I'd like to get a Christmas ornament as well. My mom collected Christmas ornaments when we did our trip in 2000, you know, from Switzerland and all sorts of cool little things. So just try to find like a, you know, something like 5-10 euro max, you know, something not, you know, not too large. I definitely don't want to break it on my trip back. So I'd have to, you know, pile it in, see if I can, you know, get that in the luggage. Anyway, so that dude was trekking up that hill right there, trail running. So I just saw a Volvo pass by. The Volvo they wanted to upgrade me to was the XC90. So there's like the XC70 and the XC90, and the XC90 is it's a bigger automobile for sure. So I think we might have saw the XC90 in the parking structure of the 1 bedroom in the parking garage that I rented. I'm definitely glad I didn't rent that. Again, it was the add-on. Let's see, that's the 60. So yeah, the 90 is like their top tier. So again, paid $468 plus $32 authorization fee, and he was trying to wax me like 700 something euros more on top of the 468 I already paid. At first I thought it was just going to be the 768, or you know, let's just call it 750, and I was like, okay, I'll upgrade for a few $100 more, and you know, make a good review of the XC90. You know, people need to, you know, rent that one for their travels here, and definitely glad I didn't. You know, I mean, the video, you know, God willing, would have done very well, but the more compact Lexus, I'm definitely glad I got for the parking at the 2-bedroom I'm at right now. Just whipping up and down those Swiss roads wouldn't feel wide or wouldn't feel too bulky. Super pumped on that one. We got some nice not Swiss. I'm going backwards. This is the cute little street that I drove down where people were walking. It was after I skied Brevant. See, that place has a facelift with kind of new stucco, new shutters, then older ones here. I mean, like definitely older farmhouses right here. And then this one right here with the green shutters. But like, look at this one. This one's definitely new for sure, or at least a facelift. So what they do is they put like new plaster on the outside. You know, what we would do in the States, like, you know, stucco or whatever. Hold on one second. This one, I'm gonna get you a shot of this one. This one's cute as a button. I remember this one. This is why I wanted to walk down the street. This thing looks like I mean, who knows how old that house is. Beautiful. And who knows if it's divided up into like a couple apartments, maybe, you know, like put a couple walls up and divide it into, you know, because look at, shades are down on one side, not on the other. And then these cuter, I shouldn't say smaller, because these things are probably pretty big right here. Nice little metal roofs to them. And then just kind of, yeah, smaller chalets. I did see, actually, those are actually really nice. So I did see on I think Mana Homes might even have one as well. It's like, they call it, yeah, that's not a very small house. It looks smaller, but it's like 2-story. That's pretty nice. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, look at this one. I don't know if you can see that through the trees, but just the sheer roof, like pitches on the roof, is absolutely incredible. Okay, now this one, did we already see this one before? This building, I think, is the one they offer on Airbnb, this big one. It's not the, fixer-upper chateau thing, but look at this one right here, if you can see through those trees. Let me see if I can get you a better shot. So this is like right by the turn circle. So let me show you that one right there. So I think this thing is for underground parking for this big old mansion or whatever right here. But then look at this one right over here. So this big white building that looks like some monster chateau is like a huge apartment complex. And let me see, where are we heading down to right now? Yeah, oh, okay, cool. This is just like a little alley behind it. So let me just walk over here. I see a bunch of garages right here. That must be for them to have garages, but this is like just a little alleyway back here connecting. But yeah, I see somebody's up there on the balcony. So this property right here, I don't believe is the hotel. Yeah, I don't believe, no, because we're still far away from that. But it looks like that one hotel. So I was going to rent an Airbnb for pretty much the same price. And these are people's homes, I believe. And then also, they rent them out for Airbnbs. Okay, so yeah, look at this place. This must be like a maybe Airbnb or breakfast place. Has garages, has cameras up over the place, so maybe you can stay there as well. But this big, huge building right here, look at all the shutters on this side. You have the view of Brabant on this side, but you don't have the peaks. So what is this, a school over here? Yeah, I think this is a school. Okay, I'm actually getting into the city center here, so I'm gonna probably turn around because I'm already at 1.38. But yeah, I think this is a school over here to my left. But this building right here, yeah, because there's the church right there. So let me see if I can get around like the front. It is drizzling a little bit, but not bad. Let me see if I can walk around down to maybe to the front and then get out of here. Because I am going to go back to the city center, but look at this. Look at this monster, kind of this entryway, swing around entryway. Anyway, so the place was priced pretty equivalent to what I was going to pay for my Mana Homes 2-bedroom that I'm at right now. So it looks like we can go this way. Okay, we're going to just wander around just a little bit. I'm not too far off the main drag. I do have my money on me right now if I wanted to go to the market and just knock that out and go to the souvenirs later. But we'll see. Okay, so here's the tunnel right here. Church is right over there. So yeah, I'm just like one stop away from. So yeah, this big building right here. And it was adequately priced, but it wasn't, the decor inside wasn't as popping as, that's a cool shot, hold on, of the church right here off in the distance. That's cool. Hopefully those bells will start ringing. All right, it's actually sprinkling pretty decent right now, so hopefully the market doesn't close down. But they said the market's going to be like literally right in the heart of it. You know what? We're right here, and if it does start raining, they're probably going to pack it up. So I'll come back for souvenirs, but I do want to see if this market is open. And if you didn't know, Chamonix was the very first Winter Olympics in 1924, so they just celebrated 100 years last year. So, I mean, it's right here, so let's just go. The market should be over by the Office of Tourism, and I think we saw this already. This is cool. Park Hotel Swiss and Spa. So they're having their breakfast this morning in there. Here's the Office of Tourism right here. I don't see any market, but look at this cool bear right here. This guy's pretty cool. Look at that table. Goodness gracious. Good old bear right there. All right. See, here's the Office of Tourism in the church. I thought the market, they said you can't miss the market. But let's wander around here. Hopefully it's not shut down for the day. Well, no market right now. A lot of boxes, people in the cafes having their croissants. I'm gonna cruise around this way here. No, unfortunately no market, maybe because of the weather, but we're back over here and I might pop in. There's a little croissant shop, little bread shop over where I kind of entry pointed in, and I'm gonna see if there's a, no, is that it? I see some tents, but I don't think that's it. I think that's part of the, let me go peek over there real quick. No, it should be right here in the heart of town by the Office of Tourism. So I don't think, unfortunately, they have it. So now we're over here by Josephine's, right over here. And let's see. And then we're over here by the Fixer-Upper Chateau right over here. But let's just go peek, do a little sneak peek over here and see if that is the market over yonder. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of vans and stuff, so maybe. So let's go cruise over there. Alrighty, found the market. It's gonna be over by the Alpina hotel right over here. So again, starts over here. Very cool. Alrighty, so let's see what we can get ourselves into here. Good thing I did bring my my money. Very cool. Pastries. We got loose leaf teas right here, spices. Some nice cheeses, meats, and looks like jams, apples. Very cool. I'm definitely gonna grab myself a little bread or croissant. I'm looking for more like, okay, it looks like there's some like actual stuff over there on that side. So we got bread over here. Let's take a little look-see at, got sesame seed, olives. Yeah, some delicious, delicious bread here. We got, what is it, $4.40 a piece right there. Might have a nice big old thing of sourdough. Man, wish I would have came over here for last Saturday. So, oh, beautiful, fresh olives. Look at that. A lot of good cheeses. And this was your chicken over here. Look at these chickens on the rotisserie right here. Take a look at that. That's pretty cool. Getting the rotisseries. You got some pizza. You got some like curry and pasta. Seafood over here. And I should have brought my umbrella, but you got seafood. You got eggs and milk. So it looks like maybe like the souvenirs are over there. I'm gonna go over there. Definitely a pop-up umbrella would be nice, but yogurts and oh, here you go. Fresh, I think you could buy fresh flowers, and yeah, you could buy fresh flowers. How cool is that? Look at that. And you got some seafood, more cheeses, wines and nuts, and looks like maybe some honeys or creams. Nuts over here, cheeses. Very cool. Okay. Well, I don't see, there was that one bread spot, but I think it'd be pretty cool to maybe I'll go grab something over there, but maybe I'll wait till I go back and get a la croissant. So over here on this side, so it's like a lot of work vans. This is down the main drag right here, if you're wondering. So you got clothes, looks like it's like 10 euros. You got knives right here. You got some furs, that'd be pretty cool. Kind of looks like the IKEA type of a fur thing right here. As you can see, that's pretty cool. So those are similar to the one that I have at home. I'm looking for more like something super unique, you know, maybe something, you know, like a Christmas ornament or something like that. There's a beanie, Chamonix beanie. Folks selling some services as well. You could do a little fanny pack, but those are kind of a dime a dozen. These are pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool right there. Probably pretty pricey, but little outliner, that's cool with the mountain bike, ski and rock climbing one right there. And then the goggle, that's pretty cool. So it's like a little hook hanger. That's pretty cool. I dig that. My guess is maybe not the most cheapest thing, but got rocks and helmets and shoes. We got cookware. So, you know, some cool things. I mean, I don't know where I put that one thing, and a couple knives down this direction. So, yeah, you know, cool little market. Definitely worth checking out. Let me see here. I'm trying to think here. I got my baguette. I'm just wondering if I should see if they have a nice fresh thing of sourdough. That would be really lovely for maybe a little bit of sourdough. Or I'm gonna walk back and grab. Yeah, I think I'm okay with my little organic baguette. So Let me, I'm gonna cruise down to the city center again and see if I can find a nice little bakery. Huh, I didn't see this the other night. Organic restaurant right here. So this is where kind of the happening spot was right here. So organic and natural food, vegan and gluten-free organic grocery store. Okay, very cool. So this is your big organic where it's everything, you know, vegan and whatnot right here. And they got the market going and it is open 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. on site or takeaway. Very cool. Huh, very nice. Okay. That's pretty cool. Cool little view of that building right there. So some of these places I definitely would like to come and sit down and they just look warm and inviting. And then other places it's just like, okay, it's a little bit busier. Not really the vibe of the morning, but people having their morning coffees. And then of course afterwards over there. And of course they let, you know, trucks through for delivery and drop-offs during, you know, when everyone else is skiing. Like see, it's, you know, super low key because of the weather. And then because obviously everyone's on the slopes right now, but again, some places like Josephine's is super inviting for dinner, and it would be really cool to grab yourself a nice little steak, you know. But I'm not gonna, you know, do that with, you know, solo mish. Okay, let's see. Here we go. La Penere. So let's head in over here. This place looked pretty kind of warm and inviting. It was on the corner. And let's get ourselves a croissant. Yeah, if I had more time and I was gonna eat it more, but I don't wanna buy like a big old thing of sourdough and then not eat it. Plus I got my organic baguette. So this place looks pretty cool. So again, super warm and inviting, nice lighting. Get your coffee. Let's go in here and order ourselves a croissant. Croissant is only $1.30. Chocolate croissant, $1.40. And they got some nice tasty treats. Let me go ahead and cash out here. So you could just sit in here nice and warm, overlooking the town square right here. How cool is that? The church is right there. Grab your croissant, your cup of coffee. The church again is right over here. Nice little views. Post up on your laptop right here. I got my ticket. And then let me show you what else they got here. They got some fruits and some sandwiches and stuff like that over here as well. And I think they're making them right there in the back in the kitchen. Well, I still need to come back for, okay, yeah, gotta go back up here. And then I'm going to, well, I guess, yeah, I got shortcut it through the parking lot. But, yeah, this is prettier. Heading back up to that, but I do need to get down and around. We'll go down the stairs. There's a few ways you can go that way. There's a parking lot right there. Or you can take the stairs down right here, go underneath the tunnel, or I could, if I really wanted to, walk all the way back that direction. But again, my little turnoff. Actually, no, we're actually down one more, way down over here. Hey, order myself a le croissants. Very cool. So again, I don't eat this stuff, but you kind of have to have a couple of delicacies, even when it's not cheat day. So I'll have a little bit today, maybe save the other half for tomorrow. I'm walking so much, goodness gracious, it's actually amazing. That's why you don't gain weight and you can eat a lot of food in Europe. Not to mention their quality of products. They're not using sprayed crap on their breads. They're not using, you know, it's so much better. That's why everyone says, oh, pigged out on pasta and bread and never got bloated and felt great. Like, you know, I'll be honest with you, with all this snowboarding, like I'm eating really well. Like I'm maybe skimping a few calories from, like, you know, my berries and stuff like that I typically eat, but you know, just like Shred City, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. So feeling good down here at the Chalet Hotel. That homie just went to the market and got himself some nice fresh farmers, like, you know, fresh home. And I don't know if it's organic, but it's probably farm to fresh. So we got to go down one more turnaround. So I needed a croissant. I needed a baguette. I'm gonna go down and get like at least a couple macaroons later on today when I go get my souvenirs. Don't know if I'll have time on Sunday after skiing, especially going over to the Swiss side on Sunday. It takes a little bit longer getting back and you're pretty hungry, so I don't know. We'll pray the weather opens up here. This is why I took today off of skiing as well, because it's a little drizzly and cloudy today and it wasn't going to be as nice, you know, obviously seeing the Matterhorn. That's why I chose Kranz Montana and going to the Swiss side. Once again, let me get you familiar with the area here. You got the Indian cuisine restaurant right here, and then that's kind of the main entrance right there where the real estate office is. We'll head over here to our second roundabout, and down here by our second roundabout, cross the street over here, and has a beautiful tree right in the middle. And then this is just going to give you kind of a layout during the daytime. There's trash cans right here as well. Pull your car up right there or walk down. And then this is my street right where these people are walking down right here. I could get used to this. Got a fresh croissant. The woman probably baked it literally at 5 o'clock this morning, and went to the farmer's market, looked at cheeses. You can walk everywhere. I definitely would, if I lived here, or if I had, I wouldn't want to live here full time. Everyone always does that. Oh, I just want to live, you know, in this Italian village I visited. Nah, you don't really want to live there. You want to visit and you want to enjoy it and you want to take that away. But small towns, I'll be honest with you, small towns, they get a little bit, you know, it's a small town. So, you know, you do need, you know, coffee shops, you do need work, you do need all those things, but to unplug and to get after it for a certain period of time is absolutely incredible and life-giving and refreshing. And that's what this trip is all about for sure. But like I said, really good, comfortable walking shoes or running shoes, or a combination of the both. So you could jog if you want to and walk. Again, the Adidas Ultra Boost, these are the 1.0s, superb comfortability. Definitely don't recommend them hoofing about in snow. You're gonna slip everywhere, like I did at the ice caves. Not in the ice caves, but when I went off trail at the ice caves. But once again, where I live is quiet, and I'm on, you know, land where I'm at. So I experience the peacefulness that people don't in the suburbs or apartment living or just busy cities where they go escape to the country and they're like, oh my gosh, like I want this all the time. It's absolutely peaceful and wonderful, and I don't know if I'll ever want to give it up full time, to be honest with you, because my morning devotion time and fire pits and bonfires, it's absolutely incredible. Like, it's life-giving. Just the stillness, the mornings, you know, not hearing, you know, neighbors talking, not hearing but then you have the opposite factor of where if you're too far in the sticks without neighbors too close, then you just lose that social atmosphere where you need people. You know, during COVID, like, it kind of showed us we don't need people, you know, and people started, like, you know, separating themselves, and it's not healthy, man. We're not meant to thrive like that. We're meant to serve the Lord Jesus Christ. We're meant to make disciples. We're meant to do life together. So have your solid group of friends and hold those people very close to you and, like, edify them as well. Like, bring life to them as well. Don't just suck from them and get, want, you know? Like, give life to them, edify them, ask them about how they are, ask them, you know, about life, and really sow into them, especially in the church. You know, don't be selfish. All right, so this place right here. This is, I believe it's one unit. I think it might be two, but it's absolutely massive. And they had a fire this morning, and I smelled it, and it was absolutely delicious. But I won't shine the camera right now. Hold on. Yeah, they're just chilling. Like younger folks too, man. They're just chilling in their big kitchen table. I looked at that before they checked in. Absolutely stunning. And so it's, you know, beautiful view, and they had the fire going. This must be a known water place. There was a worker that just literally pulled up his van, filled up 3 water bottles at that little spout down the street from my Airbnb. Oh, and I'm gonna be making a whole video about drinking the tap water in Chamonix. And I asked Grok, and it says it's really good tap water. So we're gonna go into that. I'm gonna make a whole separate video about that because, you know, I've been drinking nothing but tap water. And I walked 3.16 miles. So you're gonna walk a lot more than you think you're gonna walk here. And literally, I'm gonna go back to the market for souvenirs this evening. I might get a gym session. We'll see. Sky's the limit. Today is an off day. No skiing. And I mean, I've pretty much I've done everything that I really want to do except for paragliding, but today is not a day you'd want to spend the kind of money for paragliding. So if I do paragliding, I'm either going to paraglide Monday when I check out is supposed to be absolutely stunning. So I'm going to ask for, let me get away from window, better lighting. I'm going to ask for a late checkout on Monday because there's really not much besides checking in Lake Geneva, maybe going to Lake Annecy. So I could drive up to the Brevant parking structure. I do need to finish the review of my rental car. I could do that up there as well because there's really nobody up there on the top structure, and I can talk about the car, show the features. I think it's free for 1 hour as well. And again, today is just a chill day.
besides souvenirs, saw the market already, so I'll wander back there sometime today. And they're open pretty late, those shops, so maybe I'll do one more stroll in the evening time again, maybe before dinner. That'd be nice. Hopefully the clouds part and we get some good weather. Tomorrow's supposed to be absolutely fantastic. Monday, potentially paragliding. If not, chill, relax, enjoy this one more time, maybe one more morning walk if I don't go paragliding, and then we'll push off to Geneva. Regardless, I'm probably going to get a late checkout just because I don't feel like getting up at like 7:30 in the morning, having a slow morning, and then getting out the door by 10, because there's really nothing to do. Once I jump in the rental car, it's just like an hour and 15 to Geneva, and I can't check into the Crown Plaza that early, so definitely late checkout, potentially paragliding. Not exactly sure. That's not going to break the bank if I say like, oh yeah, had the opportunity to go paragliding over the Chamonix Valley. I've skydived before, and stuff like that. So would it be cool? Absolutely. Is it one of those things where it's like I have to froth it and do it? I'm on the fence about it. So we'll keep you updated. But for right now, coffee. Well, water, then coffee.
Very light and fluffy. I wouldn't want to eat these all the time. Kids are having a soccer game down at the field down there. Very delicious. Needs to be warmed up though. I think it might have been warm, but walking back and then putting around the house here until I came out here with my coffee. But very delicious nonetheless. But just put that bad boy in the oven for just a little bit. I might actually do that. Maybe one more bite and then warm it up. You can tell it's fresh though. It's like really moist and soft. It's very nice. I'll tell you what, when the weather is popping and you can see that front range, you are spoiled. Again, a little bit chillier today, but I mean, you can't not be outside. We're coming up, what's today? Today's the 29th, 28th, 29th? 29th of March. We are coming up to April. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, by the way, the internet. That thing was uploading all day yesterday while I was out at Crans, Montana. It was uploading all last night, and it's only at like 42% upload. Yes, the video is like an hour and 22 minutes 4K for upload speeds, not the best. We're hoping by the time I check out, I can get this thing rolling. Shorter videos might be okay. You could, again, just take your laptop and go to a nice coffee shop or something like that has quick internet around the area and fire that up. Probably McDonald's down in the main square would have faster internet for upload speeds, just to be honest. Again, haven't had much. Like, I was watching House of David last night, watched a whole episode or almost a whole episode, no rendering issues. So streaming, you're okay. A couple rendering things with some YouTube videos I was watching, upload, a little bit different. That's good croissant though. And I did walk 3.16 miles, and I'll probably get another at least 2 mile walking into town, back into town for souvenirs. Today's just going to be a chill day. We're going to pray. We're going to do devotions. We're probably going to ground in a little bit as well. And we're not going to push it. That's what I was going to tell you. Cross-country skiing is another activity I wanted to do, but because of there's no snow in the city, like there's nothing. There's not even I don't even know if it's in the parking lots, like packed up in the corners. There's just absolutely no snow in the city, which is totally fine by me. You're not slipping around. You can walk everywhere. The weather is fantastic. You can drive everywhere like we've already talked about. The most snow that I saw was up on the French Pass heading down into the Swiss side, like in the shaded areas where the parking lot people were just pushing it around in some of those towns. But other than that, it hasn't been snowing. It's been drizzling down this low elevation and then snowing up there. Like when I went to Adjudamidi, it was actually snowing. So maybe last night there could have been, some good powder that came on some of the mountains. I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't look like it's any more covered than it has been. Maybe a light dusting. I'm not really sure. Sky's the limit as I'm pushing down my French press very slowly. Yeah, I think we're going to maybe edit another video. I need to get up for a company, go for another walk like I already said, have a nice dinner, and make myself a little stew. Besides that, just take it all in. Just very thankful right now, to be honest with you. I actually might take multiple walks. I might take an afternoon walk. I might take an evening walk. Just enjoy it. Walk 10 miles today. Might as well. That way you can, see, here's the thing. When you do all these activities, walking, snowboarding, working out, you can eat a lot of not so healthy things, and you can stay very fit. So I'm staying very, very fit. It seems like there's if you did have any excess abdominal fat. Like, it's just, you've shredded the thing off. It's absolutely incredible. People walking around today. Today's like kind of like just like a chill day, like with the families, and I love people watching, man. I love people watching. And you know what's cool about, I'm going to be honest with you, I loved, and this was my prayer, but vlogging this entire trip has been really awesome. Instead of just walking around and kind of like, looking around, having the camera and walking around kind of like and describing what I'm seeing has been really fun. And it's almost like I'm not by myself, if that makes any sense. And I'm not like nervous about, it takes time when you are vlogging, but I am totally fine with a camera on me and people walking by. And it is a little bit different in a foreign country, but most of these people speak English anyway. And, they typically do know what you're doing and do know that you are vlogging. And it's totally fine. But this is good coffee, by the way. This is the coffee I brought, organic, Seattle's best dark roast. But to French press it is, pristine. It's very fresh. But it's been really fun, like almost motivating to wander around and see things besides like, oh, I'm by myself. I'm just going to stay in this chalet and edit a video. And maybe I'll walk into town. And the only thing, again, I didn't do, bird, come and eat that banana. Oh, I dropped a banana like one of the first days in a crack in the deck, and it's like you can't get to it. I think it'll just decompose. But yeah, the only thing I didn't do, how did the coffee, I spilled a little bit. I got croissant crumbs on my jacket. Yeah, the only thing I didn't do, but, like, it does look a little inviting, like going to like Josephine's or something like that on a really nice evening, sitting outside. I think in that case, like, not so much, well, yeah, a little bit here in the town square. You could go and just maybe get like an afternoon coffee or something like that. And for me, what I would like to do, and maybe I'll do this, maybe before I check out, maybe I'll just go grab a parking spot, or if I don't, I could do this anytime. I could do this evening, whatever. But you just sit in one of those like restaurant little like patios with all the chairs. That's what I love about Europe. And you just get a coffee and you just people watch. And you can do this like even just in the town square. You could just post up if you really wanted to. I saw a gal the other night while I was walking, and she was just reading her book, like in front of this one place. And she was just reading her book and either eating and then kind of looking up, in a little bit. And for me, I love people watching. So it's really fun. That's what's nice about being up here on the third story, which I highly recommend if you're going to be booking this place. Again, all my vlogs, the places I've stayed are linked in the description box below. But if you're going to get this place, get the third story, and you're just up above everyone. And there are some folks on the very bottom level that I wouldn't say are like super loud, but you definitely can hear their voices, maybe if you were on the second level. So do be careful about that, especially people that are packing like, big groups. This place, let's see, the sofa 1, 2, bedroom 1, 2, 6. I think this place sleeps 6 people. So you pack 6 people in there. And it can get pretty loud with 6 dudes, that are on vacation, that are, having some drinks. So just be a little leery of that. But, everyone's way chill because everyone wants to get up and ski in the morning. So, by the time like 10 o'clock comes down, it starts to mellow out a little bit and starts to become really nice. So it's been lovely. It really has. Clouds are breaking up there at the very top. Thank you, Lord. And so anyway, it's been really, really nice. Just hanging out, making vlogs. Like, to be honest with you, that's my passion, man. My passion is, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be real. The money making is with the affiliates and reviewing products, and that is super cool as well. Don't get me wrong. I love receiving really cool products, working with companies like Exter and with their wallets and Groove Life. And I've been using my Groove Life wallet the entire time I've been here with the little, slide up flippy thing. Both wallets are great. I've worked, working with Ridge as well. Working with, companies and products, it's really fun. It is. It's really fun, especially if it's a really good product, And then, the affiliate commissions, that's where the Lord has blessed it. But vlogging and this particular channel, it's I mean, there's a pretty decent amount of subscribers, and I'm very thankful for that. And it's grown over the years, but it hasn't been like when I first started doing it. You wanted to be the Casey Neistat, you wanted to be, the famous vlogger, and millions of subscribers and all that kind of thing. And you know what? If you work hard, if you work smart, that will come. Of course, it's power of prayer as well, and the power of favor and seeing if the YouTube's going to push your algorithm. But it's been absolutely incredible to be able to do this and have the passion to be able to do it and to film it all and document it as well for not only your future family but for your future self as well. And it's just like back in the day with people that used to have VHS big camcorders, and they're just recording the soccer games and stuff like that. It's all about memories. In the year 2000, I brought my little mini DV camcorder that I had, and I filmed that entire trip. I haven't watched that since that trip. I need to actually figure out how to put that on a actual DVD and watch that. But I took my camcorder to Europe in the year 2000. And so vacations now are more of action adventure with relaxing as well. You definitely want to relax, but it's a little bit different. I'm kind of I sign on to, I really enjoy everything. So I'm the kind of guy that can go to a museum, but I don't want to be doing that my whole entire trip. I don't want to go to, these places that don't get me wrong, you do them, but then you get the action in as well. So you find a mountain biking trail, you find a good hike, you ski during the day, go to the museum in the evening time, etc. And there is a museum here in town that's you can do with your Mount Blanc Unlimited pass. I didn't do it, but you can if you really want to. In regards to that, so it's like you get the adventure, but then you get the relaxation as well. In my age, and I'll be honest with you, it's like with my fair skin, I'm, back in the day it was like, oh, beach vacation, 1 week on the beach doing nothing but just, walking on the beach and sunbathing, and you're like, not so much anymore. Surfing, yes, definitely rip a good surf session for sure. And that's going to be the next trip, God willing, where we're going to head down to El Salvador to Bitcoin Beach down there and rip away those beautiful waves down there. But it's like, I'm not trying to get in the sun the whole time. I'm trying to rip in the evening. I'm trying to rip in the morning, and then maybe get up to some adventure, maybe rent a mountain bike or something like that. So we will see regarding that. It's been lovely. It's been lovely this morning. So the neighbors right below me, they checked out this morning, and we have a new set of neighbors down in the complex. Again, there's only 5. Bottom level, some folks checked in. I think they're younger, more like college age, maybe 30-year-olds down there. And then the second level, they checked out. They were French, and then I'm on the third level, and then the little 2-story place next to me, over to this way over here, they just went on a lovely little walk. A couple, I think, with maybe their mom. And then the bottom level, I just saw them this morning. Younger couple, maybe late 20s, maybe 30, 32, and a few of them there. So way chill. I haven't heard a peep from that building at all. You do hear the peeps from the second level and even the third level if they're chuckling pretty loud, which, hey, they're having a great time, praise the Lord, nothing, outrageous and, like yelling or anything like that. So would I stay here again? Absolutely. Especially the third story. Definitely the third story. I don't know if I would stay on the second story just because of the feet. And then you potentially could hear people below you and people above you, where I'm on the third level where I'm just hearing some people below me. But the past 2 nights, they have been quiet as a church mouse, man. It was like that one evening they were pumping some tunes, and it wasn't bad at all. Like when I was watching a YouTube video, I couldn't hear a thing, and then once it was dead quiet, then I could hear. But it was good music. It wasn't like it was rubbish music. So, all right, I need to get some of that organic blueberry jam. Have a couple more bites of this. I might finish the whole thing. Sky's the limit. You know what? We're in France. It's not even cheat day. It's Saturday, and I don't think I'm gonna do a cheat day tomorrow. I would like to get another pizza pizza though. I really would. And maybe 2 scoops of ice cream on that waffle cone again. That was delightful. That was a treat. Do yourself a favor and literally go into town, get ice cream, even if you're by yourself, and just wander around licking your ice cream. It's absolutely a beautiful experience. There's so many memories that I've done on this trip, and I'm alone, that are going to go in the memory bank forever. I was thinking about this last night, just kind of thanking the Lord, and I was like, okay, I'm going to remember in Les Ouches, I'm going to remember grounding with the sun hitting me in the face, grounding, having my espresso, talking with you guys on the camera. I'm going to remember, okay, hold on one second. This is so cute. So again, just coming back from the market. Let's see if you can. She has her little wheelie basket, just an old French woman that lives in the area with her little wheelie basket, just coming back from the market. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You can't give up. You have to move. You have to. That's why they live such long lives and they're such in great shape, because they walk everywhere. They don't drive to the market. They literally are like 80 years old and they walk 3 miles to the market and back. Walking their dogs. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. I got to figure out how to get Brie over here, because I have big prayers, and I'm going to share a couple of these prayers with you. I want to buy a chateau, and I'd love to invest in a Airbnb here, like something like this, where it's like a 2-bedroom condo and a quiet little thing. Or, I mean, yeah, why not? Pray big. An actual chateau, detached chateau. Have Mana Homes manage it. The only thing I'm a little bit, don't want to drop you there. Banged my knee against the table. The only thing I'm a little leery about, and I'll be honest with you, is with Airbnbs and it's like your own house, like, I mean, I'm gonna, say it in a way where it's child friendly, but people are renting your place, couples, unmarried couples. You have no idea what's happening if they're drinking or if they're fornicating in your home. And so that's one thing I don't know, because I mean, especially with your own home, like your main residence, that's your that's your refuge. Like, you don't want to invite that demonic activity into your home, like people getting drunk, doing drugs, fornicating, like in your bedroom, like on your bed. Like, that's sacred. That's the marriage bed. So for a vacation home, maybe a little different. Like, let's say I bought something like this right here, this upper unit. I don't know how much it would be, but let's just ballpark and say it would be like 400,000 euros, right? For a little 2-bedroom. And let's say I bought it, and let's say I had Mana Homes manage it for me. I would totally feel comfortable coming back. What I did in the last, like all the Airbnbs, is I just go through and I just pray over the house for excellent sleep. I pray, against any demonic activity, and I just clean the house with prayer in the name of Jesus Christ. But the marriage bed is very sacred, so do be careful about that one. But if I did buy a property here, come back, for a couple weeks, and go visit your chateau. The only problem though is Baria's not going to get on an airplane. She's not going to be put in a crate, and even with Benadryl, she's not going to, she's going to, anyway, I wouldn't do that to her. She wouldn't want to do that anyway. So for an extended period of time in Europe, man, I might have to get a dog sitter and then just run it. But, or, figure out how to get to the East Coast and then like take a boat over, or spend a lot of money and get one of those specialty flights where you could bring your dog on the flight. She'd probably do that, or you just get a private jet, and roll it with your dog. She would be comfortable on that. I'd have to pick her up and literally walk her up the steps of the plane and put her on the plane. She'd still probably freak out a little bit. She'd be comfortable after a little while, but got to figure that piece out. I don't know what I was talking about. It's just beautiful, and I love talking, and I love sharing this experience as it's in my brain, kind of going around like a hamster wheel, and then I kind of just put it out on camera. And so these vlogs are, some of the town vlogs, absolutely, where it's like, hey, you got to kind of see what I'm talking about. Other times you literally, like this is just literally a podcast where I'm just talking. I'm sipping coffee in France, and I'm eating a croissant. Sky's the limit. I mean, we got walkers, man. People watching. Oh, back to people watching. Absolutely. It's absolutely incredible. Oh, I got the puppy. It's a pleasurable experience. In and out. Here, let me flip you around here. Kind of hard to see. Yep, got bikers and dog walkers. And again, this street is really nice. This just off the main grid. And it's just lovely. It's just lovely. Would I travel again solo? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's life-giving. It's life-giving. And I was talking with my brother with this, over my birthday. And something that I will start planning more trips and doing more things like this and being intentional about it. I've always been one of these guys for years and years and years, where it's like the idea comes up and I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. And then I just roll with the punches. Like, they plan the Sedona trip and they book the Airbnb and I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, I'll pitch in and I'll go and I'll, pitch in for gas and stuff like this, but it's always kind of someone else's plan. Like, hey, we're thinking about going to Sedona. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm down. Mountain biking trip, sweet, okay. Hey, we're going to go up to Breckenridge. Okay, sweet, I'll roll, I'll snowboard. And I've never, it's been, gosh, I don't know how long, to be honest with you. Even when I was married, I think there wasn't, and this is something that needs to change in me, something more like this is planning a little bit more. Taking that time, and it's an investment. I'm going to be honest with you, a trip like this is not cheap. You can do it cheaper, but it's not cheap. You're spending a good amount of money, and the Lord has blessed it. Thank you, Father. But I've planned this trip, and you kind of just do what you want to do. Tomorrow, I don't have to go to Verbe and snowboard if I don't want to, but I kind of want to, so I'm probably going to rip it. I wanted to go to the ice caves. I kind of want to rip it. I kind of want to go paragliding. I might rip it. I don't know. I was like, I kind of want ice cream right now. I'm going to go rip it. I kind of want to walk into town right now. I'm going to go rip it. So selfishly, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. You can have lazy mornings, you can sleep in, you can turn off the alarm clock. I haven't, since I've been at this unit, I've set one alarm, and I think it was on my birthday. I wanted to wake up a little bit earlier, and I was kind of tossing and turning a little bit that night, so I kind of kicked my alarm off back an hour. But besides that, I've woke up with the birds. It's been amazing. Don't get me wrong, group trips are awesome as well. You're around people, you can go check out this, check out that, and you can't be selfish. But even in Sedona, which that trip was before this one, but I'm going to put these vlogs up before that trip, just while it's fresh. But even in Sedona, it's like you're with a group of people. You can't have a 3-hour devotion time in the morning. People want to go hiking. People want to go do adventure, and you don't want to be that little hermit that says, nah, I'm not going to do everything. I'm going to sit around and do nothing, and then I'll meet up with you guys later. No, don't be selfish. Be part of the group. I did pull back from a few activities, even on that trip, but that's just for recharging purposes, and there's nothing wrong with that. That was a long trip. That was 6 nights in Sedona. It was a great trip, great mountain biking. But, I think I mentioned this before, but it's cool to check out places, but I don't really do breweries. I don't, do places like that, like après-ski. It's cool to sit and kind of get the view and have a seltzer water or something like that, but that doesn't charge me up, you know what I'm saying? And then I love, to go to Revel Surf, and we're going to show you that, mountain biking, but the group wants to hike, and it was a beautiful hike. So we hike, and it was really encouraging and really awesome. You do things together. And then when you do solo travel, you can do whatever you want. You can be as selfish as you want, because it's just you. So what I'm getting at is, even if you are the plan, enjoy, but take time, and maybe don't rush it all. Filling every moment. Here, let me give you another story. I was in Nicaragua in 2010, and I'm not trying to brag about, I've been here, been there, but it's life stories and travel. Put memories. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Sure, I could have bought several mountain bikes for the amount that I paid for this trip, but as a new bike, or a, pre-owned car, not a really fancy pre-owned car, but a jalopy, is that worth, it's memories. When you start talking about trips and activities, I'll look back when I walked into the market by myself, I'll look back on those memories until the day that the Lord takes me. And I pray it's, when I'm 107. So take those opportunities. I lost my train of thought, but man, those soccer people are having the time of their life down there, man. They're just ripping it. I love it. Goalies are whistling. I don't know if you can hear that in the background or not. The only thing I'm missing on this trip, to be honest with you, the only thing I'm missing is, my French wife, sitting right next to me, chatting in French. After this trip, though, people always say this, oh, I'm going to start learning French. I'm going to start learning Italian after I went to Italy. That's another trip I do definitely want to do, is I want to go and I want to plan another beautiful Italy trip. I've spent quite an amount of time in Italy in 2000. Oh, wait, I'm getting sidetracked. I was talking about Nicaragua. So in 2010, I went to Nicaragua with my brother, and it was kind of interesting. My brother's a planner. That's why I kind of just roll with the punches, because in our group, there's 2 planners. My brother's a planner and then another friend, and I just roll with the punches. I'm like, let's just roll, right? So we got to Nicaragua, and my brother had this whole, layout of, these activities, and I was just kind of like, yeah, let's roll, let's do it. And I remember like the first day, I think we couldn't rappel or something like that, or zip line. We couldn't zip line. It was closed or something like that. And I was like, dude, let's just hang out by the pool and just chill. And he's like, oh man, no, like, we got to do this. But obviously it was closed that day, so we couldn't do it. So we sat by the pool for like 2 or 3 hours, just chilled. He was like, dude, I think the Lord set that up where it was closed that day, or it wasn't supposed to be closed, but it was closed to like refresh him. He says just doing nothing was really refreshing, because, you just want to kind of, fill the gaps and like rappel, do this, do that. And I think, did I talk him into it? I was like, dude, we're going to ride horses on the beach in Nicaragua in San Juan del Sur. And I think it was like $8 or $10. And we like for an hour rode horses in the water and on the beach with a guide. And it was freaking awesome. I mean, yeah, you're doing it with your brother, but it was like awesome. Of course, go back and do that with your wife. But it was awesome, so it's like memories like that, man, just ripping it and roaring it. Okay, I need to stop talking, and I am going to grab my Bible, and I'm going to have more coffee and my oatmeal, and I'm going to pray. And I'm going to pray that I meet my beautiful French wife soon, and I pray she's a shrebetty, and I pray she rips, and I pray she loves working out so that we can work out together. And I pray first and foremost that she has a heart for the Lord that is unbelievable. A heart that I've never seen before in a woman. A heart that never turns her back on the Lord or myself. Been there, done that, unfortunately. Yes, people watching, a whole group of older folks. Yes, loving it, loving it. So beautiful. Pray hard. Pray hard. Be like the persistent widow. Be like the woman. I mean, Jesus talks about this in the Bible, about the woman who went to the judge, and the judge says, I neither fear man nor God, but this woman is driving me crazy with her constant requests. And he granted her requests because she was so persistent. This is Jesus talking about being persistent in prayer and using that parable. So what does that mean? That means pray every day. If you are praying for a spouse, pray every day. If you're praying for children, pray every day. If you're praying the Lord will bless your work, pray every day. But don't forget to thank him in advance and thank him for the things you already do have. Because sometimes I always look to the next without focusing on right here. So sometimes I'm thinking about like, oh Lord, like I would love to buy this other property, Chris, the Lord has blessed you with a home. Yes, it's a fixer-upper, but the Lord has blessed you with a home. And he's allowing you to do these projects and beautifying the property. Don't forget to thank him here before he gives you the privilege of managing his resources over here. It's all for his glory. Okay, be back with you in a little bit. This is really good jam. I'm talking really fresh and a great price. Organic from the actual supermarket. Carrefour, Carrefour, on the edge of town. Just blueberries, man. And it's absolutely bomb. I don't know if there's added sugar in here. I doubt it. It tastes so fresh. But anyway, go to that. I might even pick up a jar of this before I go home and bring a fresh jar of that back. Regardless, I'm going to put that probably in my luggage. It's still maybe halfway. I bomb that stuff pretty good with the French toast. Croissant, absolutely delectable. Highly recommended at La Panère. That is right across from the Office of Tourism, right on the corner by the church. So do keep that in mind. I highly, highly recommend that for the croissant. I mean, I might even go get a chocolate one tomorrow. I mean, sky's the limit. I mean, we're hoofing, man. We're hoofing. We're walking around town. We're breaking necks, cashing checks. This place is magical, though. I definitely am going to miss this place. And it's been a while since I've actually been to a location where you actually, will miss the place. You know what I'm saying?
typically I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to get home. Like even up in Breckenridge, like, yeah, I'm ready to get home. Sedona, yeah, I'm ready to get home. But this is different. It's different. I haven't experienced this in a long time. And I think that also is part of the Lord's plan for this trip as well, that he wanted to restore my joy, restore the years the locusts have eaten, restore what the enemy stole. I mean, I'll be honest with you, the enemy stole a very large part of my life, and that's part of my testimony. And watch that video of divorce on my channel. It's my testimony of what happened. And when you're stripped like that, and the Lord didn't strip it, it wasn't his will. I'll just give you a little summary, but there was abandonment. And when that is stripped from you, the second most important relationship, first is your relationship with the Lord. Second is your spouse. And when they walk out on you, it stings very much, because someone you trusted, again, the second most important relationship before your mother, your father, before your children, it's your relationship with the Lord, and then it's your relationship with your spouse. And when that is broken and when there's abandonment, the enemy robs. And you know what? The Lord rebuke you, Satan. Get underneath my feet right now in the name of Jesus Christ. Because the Lord has restored my joy, restored passion, restored energy, motivation. Praise be the name of the Lord. And this place, the beauty here, and the ability to do it right. Do it right. The chalet in Les Ouches, yeah, that was a little over the top, but that was a treat. That was a special treat for only 4 nights. But to do it a little bit more than your bottom of the barrel budget, even at this 2-bedroom place here, is refreshing and is restoring me. So anyway, praise the Lord. What a testimony. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, wrapping up chapter 34 of Ezekiel. Just slow sipping coffee. I actually went back to the stovetop, heated it back up, and then poured it back in here. Just sipping it out of the espresso cup, but it's just French press regular coffee. Still got a little bit of croissant left, I'll save for tomorrow. I finished my oatmeal, did a little journaling. The sun is breaking through now, thank you, Lord. You can actually see the top of Ajou du Midi up there. Mont Blanc is a little bit covered up. People watching, just hanging out. Slow line of a morning, man. But I've already walked 3.16 miles. Feels good. Feels good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is beautiful. So check this out. I think this literally has come out in the last couple days. It's been a few days since I've been out here grounding, and there's little wildflowers coming up out of the grass. I literally think this has just literally happened in the last couple days. I do not remember wildflowers coming up out of the grass. The neighbors over here have a ton of them over by their little shed, and they haven't been anywhere around here. I haven't seen a peep out of that house right there. I haven't even seen a peep out of that house, this big chalet here. There is like some steam that comes off the roof on that side, so maybe it's a 2-plex, but this side is all boarded up. This side's boarded up. This house does have a little camera in the back, I have noticed. A little Wi-Fi camera pointing at their back deck, but just again stunning. This property again behind us over here is an absolutely stunning property. The only problem though is that my 3rd story I think blocks their view, and I wouldn't want Airbnb people coming in because those windows are so massive. It's so beautiful, but it's just this chalet butted up right against you for privacy purposes. Like you're out there hanging out on the jacuzzi, barbecuing, and you got a 3rd story, my story, looking straight at them. The 2nd story, I think this is a bathroom for the 2nd story, and the 2nd story doesn't even have any windows, I don't think, out the back. I'm pretty sure that's the case. You know what? Let's go over there real quick. So again, you have a window right there, and then let's see. Oh no. So that's all me up top. So this is them at the bottom here. So this is so there's my stairway. My stairway goes like, so this is their level 2. That might even be level 1 window. Don't quote me on that one. So this goes up. That's my window, my bathroom window, secondary bedroom window, my window way over there in the corner, and then these windows are for level 2. So there are windows down here that they couldn't see, but my level literally branches straight out over there. And I did notice that everyone on level 2, not so much level 2, I think they're gone now, but level 1, they have all the shades drawn at night. I don't have any shades drawn, man. It's like, it's too beautiful not to let the natural moonlight in. And because you're on the 3rd story, you don't have to worry about people, peeping in or whatnot. Yeah, people walking by, they could like look up and probably see you, but I mean, I'm in my boxers, you know, going back and forth to the bathroom, you know, before I go to bed. That's about it. But highly recommend the 3rd level for sure. But again, that house is a gorgeous house. Look at that right there, huh? Pretty cool. Pretty cool right there. Just grounding, having a good old time. I got my beanie on right here. This is a handmade gift from a friend for Christmas. She made us all handmade beanies with this little thing that says handmade on it. Knitted it herself, and it's the comfortablest thing ever. Again, if you wash these, don't dry them. I made the mistake with someone else who made me one, and it shrank too much, unfortunately. But the blue sky is coming out once again. The sun gets tucked a little bit, but I mean, come on, I'm grounding right now. I'm gonna read through my journal. I'm gonna ground for only like 20 minutes. I mean, come on, you can't complain this. This is too good. This is too good. I thought my view out the front of my house was delicious with grounding, but this is a whole nother level. And it has a little chill in the air. There's a little bit of a breeze, but it's like a good chill, if you know what I'm saying. So I got a light down on with my sweatshirt, got my beanie on. I'm feeling good, just grounding. People walking by, having a good old time. The sun does peer out of the clouds. Now in the morning time, it's about, you know, a little after lunch right now, like 12:45. But in the morning time, if you're grounding, the sun is hitting you here because obviously it comes up over right there. And then once it kind of gets above the chalet, about a little after lunchtime. But yeah, I'm definitely looking over by Breathtaking Gondola. Beautiful blue skies over there. Might be a little windy up there today though, I'll be honest with you, but I'm so glad the sun has come out. There goes the cable car across the valley right there. Walked up there this morning as we already saw, but yeah, I'm gonna miss this place. This place is truly, truly special. Definitely a gift. And if you are wondering, the secondary doors on both these do fold open, and it's absolutely stunning. So you could do that on both sides. Just tremendous, just tremendous. Well, it has turned into a beautiful afternoon, kind of partly cloudy, but skies are opening up. Beautiful, beautiful. I've just been chilling. By the way, this organic soup, hold on, let me show you which one it is here so that you can go to that market. It is Moulin du Ligament. Like, yeah, I'm not really sure. It's organic. It's absolutely delicious. Dipping the bread in it, fantastic. Okay, so we got our chocolate, we got our water. We're looking absolutely fantastic. Journal, need to do some dishes, but I just cut up an apple. We're gonna work on that in just a second. Oranges, these ones aren't as ripe as my previous batch, but delicious nonetheless. But I just been sitting right here doing a little bit of work. And when I mean work, like admin stuff, making sure that my affiliate links are upgraded, are all connected, so on and so forth, emails, etc. So having some soup, having some eggs right over here before they get cold. I need to take those down. Little espresso, of course, afternoon espresso. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hoof it, man. I'm gonna go ahead, let me get you a little wide angle here. I'm gonna go up to that one trailhead and I'm gonna maybe like just go walk another 3 or 4 miles right now and then go into town later on when it kind of, you know, gets that perfect lighting and go do some souvenir shopping. I mean, that's it for that. That's it for today. Just do a lot of hiking so I can enjoy maybe a piece of chocolate tonight and dip my bread and maybe even go get another croissant. Oh, I'm gonna go get a macaroon probably tonight as well. Bring a couple of those back. Have one tonight, maybe one tomorrow. Sky's the limit. Anyway, what we're looking at right here is we're looking at Crowne Plaza, Geneva. This is where I'm staying for one night because I wanted to be close to the airport. Make a long story short, tried to book an Airbnb, but she didn't take my reservation because I think she wanted someone there for a little bit longer than one night. And it might be one of those like they have to leave the apartment and keep it clean. So she's like probably like, hey, I don't want to leave my apartment and rent it out to somebody for only one night. I'd rather do it for a longer period of time. Anywho, unfortunately, Geneva for this one night, like all over the city, especially close to the airport, was very expensive. So it was either like the Holiday Inn or Crowne Plaza. And I was like, well, I'm going to make a video of it. So let me go ahead and choose the Crowne Plaza. I booked a standard room, but I'm praying, and I messaged Crowne Plaza saying that I'd like to go ahead and review their hotel as well, and I'm praying that they would upgrade me to a beautiful suite. So I'll keep you updated about that one. But I wanted to also confirm my reservation because I did it on Hotwire, and my brother and I had an issue with that where we booked it on Hotwire, but they like overbooked it or something like that, and I don't want any issues. I don't want to like try to check in and return my rental car, and then like all the places around the airport are sold out or super expensive, so I want to make sure that I get that confirmation because it's an early morning flight, 7 a.m. I got to be at the airport at 5 a.m. And that's why I chose the Crowne Plaza because I believe they start their shuttle service at 4:40 a.m. And I think it's like only a 5-minute walk, but I got my snowboard bag and I got a lot of stuff, and I'm not trying to hoof this thing like 2 miles down streets. So I just literally, yep, right here, it says 4:40 starting and ends at 11:40. Beautiful. So I'll take the first shuttle over to the airport, and then I will check into the Geneva lounge and have myself some coffee and maybe a light breakfast because, again, I'm going to be eating for my flight from Heathrow over to JFK and lounges, so I don't want to overdo it. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on right now, trying to get a upgrade from Crowne Plaza. So again, I will keep you updated about that, and we will go on a hike in just a little bit. Okay, and also on a side note, great news, I actually contacted via email Manahome's company, and they're giving me a complimentary late checkout for Monday morning, which is absolutely fantastic. And there's a few factors that come into play with that. There's nobody coming in right behind me, which is really nice actually. And if I had a later flight, I wouldn't even need to go to the Crowne Plaza. I would just stay here and then push off, but I definitely am not going to get up at the crack of dawn, like I'm talking crack of dawn, try to deal with the rental car, returning it, getting gas in the morning, trying to locate it, trying to make the airport entry at 5 a.m. That's why I decided not to stay here and do all that at like 3 or 4 in the morning, try to figure all that out. Actually, it'd probably be like 3 in the morning, leaving here just to make sure I'm super early, getting gas, etc. I'd rather do that at an easy pace. I don't have to return the rental car until 6:30 p.m. on Monday, but I'm obviously going to be there a little bit earlier than that, especially if Crowne Plaza hooks me up with this nice little 1-bedroom suite is what I'm praying for. Then I definitely want to get there early and film that. Check-in is 2 p.m. at Crowne Plaza. Checkout is actually 12 o'clock, which is absolutely fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and play around with that, but I still have 2 nights here, so I definitely want to enjoy this, but I need a little bit of a plan, and God willing, I can connect and collaborate with them. But also, on a side note, my neighbors below have moved out or have left. So, and I checked the website, there's nobody checking in, so I'm not going to have anybody below me. But again, they've been really quiet the last few nights, so no complaints there. I don't want to be one of those sticklish guys, but hey, you know, quiet is quiet. I'll be honest with you. So things are looking good. Thank you, Lord. We're charging up my other camera right now, charging my watch. We're going to finish this espresso and probably get out there for at least maybe, you know, hour or so, walk back up to that trailhead, past the Harry Potter home, down by the apartments, and then back into town like we've already talked about. Looking good. Or I might go, I'll maybe bring my wallet and might go from the trail straight in, but I kind of want to look at the lights around the downtown one more time as well. I could always do that tomorrow, but again, you get back a little bit later. It's not as far, but you're kind of tired when you get back from driving back from the Swiss side. I was definitely tired. If I get tired again like that, definitely a coffee before I head back, but we shall figure that out. Let's go for a little hoof about. I do like that kitchen though. That's a nice kitchen. In the meantime, 53% uploaded after about 28 to 30 hours. It is a lot. Again, 1 hour, 22-minute 4K. And you're like, Chris, nobody's going to watch your video, a business class, for 1 hour and 22 minutes. I watched another gal's video, and her video was like an hour and 7 minutes long. I broke it up into 2 videos, but she was very good at what she did, and she kind of moved through the video really well. Okay, well, I'm kind of digesting for a few minutes. I am going to research that chalet down the road that I talked to you about with the really nice fire. It actually had this website. I think it was originalchalet.com or originalchalet.com. It was Chalet Original or originalchalet.com. There's actually a sticker. Oops, no, it's not a secure website. Hold on. Yep, found it. Here it is. It has its own Google name, Chalet L'Original. It actually has 4.6 out of 15 reviews. Let me just see what it is on. You can actually book it on Airbnb, Chalet, Airbnb. I don't want to click on Mountain Base. Where's the Airbnb listing without sponsored? Sometimes I don't like to hit the sponsored tabs because I want to make sure it's not like, no, see? It's not even taking me to the Chalet Original. Okay, let's take a look at this right here. 4.6 out of 15 reviews. And that's the one where we saw, okay, Chalet, L'Original, and Repi, our chalets. Okay, so this is a whole nother company here. Just out of curiosity, let's go ahead and see our chalets. Okay, Chalet L'Original right here. And then, wow, look at that one. Is it floor plans? Oh, wow, it has a sauna. Chalet L'Original, okay. I'm live right here with you. This place is massive. It's really stinking big. Okay, let's go ahead and book now. And let's see what it is. I want to see some more pictures is what I want to see. Okay, goodness gracious. Yeah, this is the table that you see from the entryway. And then this is the garage, and then this is the way they looked in. So I saw them this morning. They were around the table, the wood fire going with views that way from 2000. And then this one is 2,500. Is that for one night? I mean, if it's a huge chalet, it probably is. Okay, so it is booked. Yeah, so those people that are staying there right now literally had to check out this morning, or they're checking out tomorrow morning, but they only booked it for 2 nights. Yeah, this place is barely booked. All right, let's just out of curiosity see what that is. Checking in March 30th, checking out, is that blacked out? I can't see. Yeah, I think so. Okay, hold on, let's see. It's probably minimum, like you have to do it for a few nights, typically. Okay, more info, 1 adult, search. Okay, 3 nights I have it for. We can't find what you're looking for, try another search. Okay, next Sunday then, if it's being weird like that. Okay, then it looks like search again. 3 nights, so I think it's like a 3-night minimum maybe, unless you're booking it with some more info. Per night, 2,500 euros per night. Like, let me see what it is. Like, let me see some pictures. That's insane. I mean, the place looks big, but I didn't think it was that much. Goodness gracious. Hold on a second. Chalet L'Original, $7,500. Tourist tax, yeah, because I got that on mine too. €6.90, $6.90 euro. Total deposit is $1,875. Good night. 3 nights is $7,500. Yeah, they have, some electric chargers, but good night. Okay, let me go back here. Let me see pictures of it first. Floor plans. It does have a jacuzzi. Good night. It does have a little jacuzzi down here. The place is like a compound. I don't think it looks that nice for $2,500. Well, where's the photos? Explore, amenities, home. I can't even see the photos. All right, what's this? Chamonix in winter, Chamonix in summer. Services, ski equipment rental. They better for $2,500 a night. Concierge to plan your arrival and assist you. Food, we have our own chef that prepares food and drinks during your stay. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Ski equipment rental, ski passes and ski lessons, mountain guide, childcare, daily cleaning, transportation to and from in the Chamonix Valley. Okay, for that price, I understand. So you're getting a full-blown concierge service where you have your private chef and stuff like that. I mean, to be honest with you, it would be an experience maybe for a few days, but I wouldn't want somebody just lingering around hey bro, I'm hungry, man. Can you cook for me? So luxury flooring, blah, 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 parking spaces, boot heaters, walking to distance, jacuzzi and sauna, but they just don't have the photos. You click on, how do you know our chalets? I mean, this is their actual website. Amenities, didn't we already hit amenities? Yeah, we already hit amenities, services, floor plans. Anyway, I'm going to try to find some more pictures of this because this seems a little bit rambunctious that you can't see more photos of the actual chalet. Let's go back real quickly to that is an absurd amount of price. It'd be fun with a group, but I mean, how big is the place? Let's see what the Google reviews say about the place. Yeah, it doesn't have many photos. I mean, it has like one photo on Google. Give me them reviews, son. Reviews aren't verified up here. Okay, here we go. 2 years ago, beautiful chalet, great sauna, and beautiful jacuzzi, nice kitchen, and stocked bathrooms in each bathroom, also well stocked. A truly welcoming chalet, highly recommended for birthdays. Very beautiful chalet with a magnificent view of the mountains. That was 4 years ago. Yeah, seems a little bit over the top. A little bit over the top. We'll try to get some more footage. I did film it. It has an electric charger, has 2 parking spaces out front, maybe even 3. And then they do have a fireplace. I'm not sure. For that price, it better be like a 6-bedroom. Okay, here we go. On Mountain Base Chamonix accommodations. You can actually see it a little bit better here. So here's some photos. I'm live right here with you. So you get this like loft thing, and it's a little strange. Okay, they got a wood fire. So this is what I smelled this morning. This is the view that I walked by. It's kind of right on the street though, so it's kind of a little funky. You got a little nice TV, got wood stocked up right here. Kind of a nice little kitchen area. Hey, what happened? Translate to English. Hey, come on. Where'd you go? Hey, what the heck? Wood burning stove. Where'd my pictures go? Okay, so here we go. Let's see, presentation. The table is, I mean, it's pretty sick when I walked by. Not to mention, there's a wood fireplace in the very beginning. Here's your main entryway, and this is what I look at when I peer in. Very beautiful right here. And then if you look around the other side, I saw all and they looked younger too. So maybe they're some bougie YouTubers as well. Nice, well-stocked kitchen. I mean, that's pretty cool. If you're gonna stay with your whole family and you're all gonna ski, no way. The bedroom has a freestanding tub behind the headboard. Oh, that's nice. I mean, if you're going to get free transportation with like a chauffeur or something like that, dropping you off. Let's see, did I see this one on Airbnb? I don't know if I saw this one on Airbnb or not. Okay, I think I've already seen like 5 bedrooms. What the heck, like a grotto shower? That's crazy. That's another bedroom. So that's like, it sleeps 16 to 18 people. Good night. It's 8 bedroom. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. So for that price, oh, wowzers. Bathrooms and a living room, TV rooms. Oh, this thing is monstrous. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some more footage of that. Another wood fireplace down below. Another it like drops down. So this is what you see when you're walking. So my Airbnb, hey, come on now. So when I'm walking by, I go this way and you can peer in, and right here it has the sticker originalchalet.com. Keeps trying to flip back and forth. And then it drops down this way. And this is what you kind of peer in as I'm walking up to my Airbnb this way. And then the garages over here with electric chargers over there. And okay, that makes a little bit more sense. If you pack this place, every bedroom full, and you just had a big group of people and you all chopped it up, yeah, that's a big fee, but private chef, free skiing passes, transportation and all that stuff, yeah, that would actually break down to a lot more feasible what you anticipate. So yeah, see anything? Okay, let's see here. That's weird. Okay, let me just try. Well, anyway, we saw what it was, like next week from now or whatever. $2,500 a night. But a private chef. Separated 1-bedroom apartment with wood burning stove. Ideal for staff or grandparents. Okay, so yeah, it has like a whole nother, of course, free Wi-Fi, Apple TV, DVD player, garage for 1 car and 2 outdoor parking spaces. Okay, so they got a garage and 2 outdoor parking spaces. They better if you're gonna pile drive 16 to 18 people in there. And anyway, so super curious. They got the jacuzzi, the boot locker, all that stuff. They got a dryer machine, espresso coffee machine, chimney, TV room, sauna, and jacuzzi as well. It's 353 square meters. It says right here there's 10 bathrooms, 8 rooms, 8 bathrooms. Oh wow. So it's 8 full bathrooms and then 2, like where you can pee and poop. 18 people. That's pretty gnarly. Anyway, that's literally down the street. We've been vlogging that. We've been talking about it, and we'll get you some more footage on that. So, still waiting to hear back from Crowne Plaza. I have now digested. It is now 4:17 in the afternoon, so I need to go on this little hike. Either come back here or go straight into town. But I kind of rather, go in the evening time once again. So maybe go do my hike, come back here for like an hour, and then go. But you know what? We're not really in a rush, so let's go. All right, here's the original chalet. There's people literally right there in the window. So I'm gonna try not to film them, but let's see if we can get some footy though. Sorry, they were like right there in the window, but that's the place right there. You can see him behind me. And absolutely bonkers of a place for sure. Very nice. The lighting is definitely getting into that superb time. It's still high up there, but again, the clouds. So anyway, I'll try to get some footy on my way back, but that dining room table, kitchen area of the original chalet, it's like right there. Like, you know, if I was like to point a camera in the window, they would see me for sure. So anyway, gorgeous place. It just drops down. It starts at the top of the hill and then it just kind of works its way down, kind of stair stepping. So just a trip. 8-bedroom. That's nutter butters. Massive. Darn it. Forgot to start my watch. I think man, this hill's no joke. I'm just gonna call it the Harry Potter Hill. If you were to do the Harry Potter Hill every day, you definitely could stay in great shape. Heart rate 96. Beautiful. But then do the Huberman backwards. Get the different muscles going. This is a nice hill. 101 heart rate. I'm going pretty fast though. Let's see. I probably started at 0.27, 0.3. So a quarter mile, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so when you get past the Harry Potter house, that's the steepest part. This way is the park for the hike. That way is Brevant ski area there. Then it levels off and then you're good. But, oh yeah, 121 heart rate, hoofing up that hill. That's the fastest I've done the hill because I didn't take any side streets. And let's see here, just a private little, we've already seen this. But let's head over to the park, start a little hike for a little bit. Afternoon sun coming up. That is stunning. Definitely wish I could see top tier, but Laura's gonna push those clouds out of the way. There's Les Ouches. You can see from way over here. That's what's so cool about Les Ouches. The top up there, you see down the valley. That's what makes it so stunning. Okay, then remember you just walk west and then you're gonna get to the trailhead entryway. And later on tonight, probably after dinner, we're definitely gonna get a body workout in. We're not gonna go to the gym tonight. Now, this place right here, again, I don't see anybody here. We've already seen it. La Clos de l'Orter. That one would rent out for some great money. And just, I mean, by looks from what you can see, a little bit more private. I might want to go with that one than the original chalet. Don't get me wrong, it looked nice. It has a lot of, bedrooms. But again, if you're piling everyone in there for 2,500 euros per night, and let's just for simplicity purposes, 16 people, but it can accommodate 18. So you have 18 people in there. Well, okay, 18 people in there. Everyone gets free skiing. Everyone gets transfers to and from, maybe transfers from Geneva. I'm not really sure, don't quote me on that one. But if you could just phone and be like, hey, take me to Montes or Grantes, take me to, here and there in the Chamonix Valley. I don't think they'll go over to the Swiss side. And then everyone gets private chef and cooked meals and all that stuff. Like, okay, I could kind of see how that adds up, especially with ski passes. Everyone's like $90 a day. That adds up pretty quick. So that's probably part of the accommodations, probably part of the very inclusive. Here we are again on the little trail. And I'm just gonna go this way. I'm gonna hoof it for a little bit. There's some cars in the parking lot. They might be for the homes up here. They might be on the trail. This says private, so you can't, do not enter. Private drive, so someone has this as their land, maybe someone's home, something like that. But you got some firewood up here. Little sign that says you're entering red deer, roe deer, wintering area. Keep your dogs on leash. Nice that they have directions in English too. And yeah, we're just gonna trek this for a little bit. We're 0.33 in right now, but we started late. So we'll go maybe like somewhere to like the maybe 1 mile marker, 1.3, turn around, go into town. I would like to walk back at nighttime, so I mean, maybe we'll do quite a bit. Well, by the time we're done shopping, I think it should be starting to get a little bit dark, but right now is a beautiful time. I definitely have to remember how to get back. Obviously, I have cell phone reception, but that's private drive down there, and it looks like just your kind of driveways maybe, and then a little hoof about. I'm not really sure. Some folks back there were picking something in the grass. I'm not sure. Almost asked them if it's like wild berries, but I mean, it was right there in the grass. Maybe. Little cabin up here. This is off the grid for sure. Now, okay, that's what I was gonna say. So, I mean, let's say you didn't have all those people and the price didn't break down as much. Then you get a Manna Homes, one of their big chalets, like 6-bedroom or whatever, that accompanies a bunch of people, and you pay a lot less than that. But of course, you don't get your, that's interesting. Kind of garden statues, kind of rock formations, and kind of a little bunk shed up here. Views are gorgeous though, as the sun is hitting the peak up there. So you get your big chalet, 6-bedroom, and you just, cook indoors. I mean, like if you're getting
that place for $2,500, private chef. You're not dealing with going out and eating. You better not be. But again, like, you know, you hear about people with their private chefs and stuff like that. I mean, sure, if you're Mark Wahlberg and you got more money than Santa Claus and you're like, hey, I want to eat healthy, like his last Men's Health thing was like he eats sushi, grade salmon sashimi, sashimi, whatever that is. Little creek, going over a little creek right here. So I feel like a Rapunzel. Gotta throw out some breadcrumbs. Dude, that's like a bunker vent right there. That's interesting. That full on is like a bunker vent. Maybe that's that house and that's part of their place. There's a soccer field where you hear the people hooting and hollering. Anyway, we're gonna crank up this a little bit. 114 heart rate. You know, Mark Wahlberg, he eats like crazy healthy. And I can understand if you're busy. Sometimes it takes me, like not at home, but I gotta scramble up my eggs. I gotta put my salad, gotta prepare it, gotta eat it, gotta wash the dishes. And if you're just somebody who's like, dude, I need to, you know, get on this movie business call meeting. If you're The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. But then there's like some pleasure in cooking your own food, preparing it, eating it. But again, like I've told you, sometimes I'm so hungry where I'm like, dude, I just like, while I'm cooking my eggs, I'm eating like half of it instead of preparing a nice little salad. I do miss my micros. They probably had micros at that organic market. Okay, this is turning into a nice, beautiful hike. A little too chunky tech for, you could, mountain biking, but a little chunky tech for the way up. You'd be grinding for sure. 0.54, start a little bit late. So we'll go to 135. We'll just crank this up because I haven't done a hike yet. This is really nice. Let me get some short footage for the Grand Ham. Getting that heart rate up really nice. Feeling that, I like that. 126 heart rate, I like that. Uh-oh, you have to get off your bike right here. Yeah, don't want to be messing around with no trees falling down on you. That's for sure. Lord bless me, protect me, keep me safe. I don't know if there's, oh, that's pretty. That is pretty. I know the white balance of the sky throws it off a little bit, but that is really stunning. Huh, mountain biker coming down. Sick. Let me get off the trail for him. Bonjour. All right, cool. And then he has to dismount for right there. But hey, punched all the way up, punched down. That's a good trek for sure. So white balance isn't doing it too much justice, but that's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Not to mention, you go at it at a good pace, and that's gonna get your heart rate up. Mine actually went down. 122. Now, they say how good you are in shape by your recovery time of your heart rate. So, if you're hiking like this, and then within minutes, like let's say I was mountain biking right now, on this uphill mountain biking, oh, you'd be up to 160 plus heart rate. And then if you stopped, how fast does your heart rate come down? That's how you know, dude, this is a pretty good little trek. Maybe I shouldn't have wore my beanie, but I brought my backpack. I could always take it off. Very pretty, very, very pretty. Okay, let's see what we got. Got some markers. Goals of 56, 29, Swiss flag. Cool. This is nice. This is pretty through here. Okay, so we'll keep trekking. But what I'm talking about is with your chef. It's like, it'd be cool, but again, I don't know if like I want some dude. So you can't go. Sun issue. I don't know what that means. Maybe you can't go that way. Maybe only mountain bikers. I don't know. Pretty though. So I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool, but sometimes like I'm a private person and I know Dana White has his personal chef, like probably on call all the time for his kids' foods and everything. But yeah, if you had crazy provisions, would you want that? I might try it out for half week, but definitely wouldn't want somebody like living in my home.
you know, just sitting around. Hey bro, could you fix me a grilled cheese? Hey bro. You know, like, men, we need to know how to do things. Sure, if you're busy and you got the money, don't worry about car mechanics, but you should know how to change oil. You should know how to fix this, do basic electrical work, change a socket out, know how to change your oil, put air in your tires. Like, these are men things. No matter how bougie your wife is, she's gonna respect you instead of like, oh, let's just call somebody. Hey, if you got the cheese, you don't feel like dealing with it, sure, but the understanding and the knowledge is what I love. Understanding how a garbage disposal works, how it's connected, how pipes are connected. If you get a clog, undo this U connector at the bottom of your sink and drain it, get the hair out. You know, if your kitchen sink or bathroom sink doesn't flow very good, disconnect it, get the hair, get the gunk and let it flow instead of dumping Drano down there and having acid burn up hair to try to relieve a clog. This is a nice hike. So, basic man knowledge. And you ladies, yeah, definitely basic knowledge as well. If your dad didn't teach you, learn. I pray your dad does teach you. Men, I pray your dads do teach you. If you don't have a dad, if he's abandoned your family, if he's no longer with us, then let's see. Pete, I'm gonna stud. It doesn't really matter where we go. Let's keep our heart rate up. We're 0.78 in. Let's go up, and then we'll turn around here in about a little over half a mile or so. And by the way, hiking, when you're going uphill, it's a lot slower. Flat, city walking, 3 miles, nothing. But when you're trekking uphill, vlogging the whole time, let's see what we got. 125 heart rate, looking good. Seems to be the max so far. If I was trail running, it'd be a lot more, but again, we're boosting the immune system. Praise the Lord. Niacin and vitamin C, working like a champ. Plus you gotta get your rest and hydration and rest. So I'm not going to the gym even though I have the energy to. I'm not gonna go lift weights. I'll do body lifts, chair, tricep squats, so forth. So on and so forth. Yeah, here we go. We're breathing, 124 heart rate. We're breathing. Hey, there's the lake. So below are the rocks where you can rock climb. Might have to take off this light jacket, but on the way down you'll need it. So basic knowledge, basic understanding of things. Like I remember before I learned car mechanics, and that's how my whole YouTube journey started. Car mechanics. I used to literally, and this is fun, like out in the middle of nowhere. Like, it might worry some people, but to me it's so freeing. Like, there's nobody on the trail. I mean, they might be up here, there's cars in the parking lot, but they could be parked for those residential areas and then move around. But anyway, before car mechanics, yeah, I was like literally, might have to ditch this jacket. Starting to warm up a little bit. I would think of an engine and you're almost like scared, like it's so complex. What does this do? What does that do? And then once you understand, okay, alternator, distributor, starter, oil pan, transmission pan, and then you switch over to an electric car and you're like, yes, freaking love this. No transmission, no oil changes. Highly recommend that, by the way. Looking good, 0.90. We'll go to 135, turn around, which that means 0.45 from right where I am right now. Uphill, that ain't no joke. That ain't no joke. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this jacket off. I'm almost getting a little sweat going. All right, I'm back with you. Looking good, feeling good. 110 heart rate. So, yeah, and then it was like super complex. Then I figured out what it was. What are the mechanics? What does this do? What does that do? And it was super helpful. You start having like confidence. Yeah, this trail's no joke. I think I'm heading up to Brevant Gondola. This is probably some crazy hike. If you looked at the map, they're like, holy, extreme. Dude, mountain biking this would be a trip. That homie probably came up some other way, came down. If he rode this, good on you, sir. Good on you. And it's almost like reminds me of when I started doing boxing, kickboxing. And, you know, could I scrap if needs be? Sure. But taking
actual boxing classes, kickboxing classes, it really gave you confidence. Not like this, I'm gonna whoop somebody, but the confidence. Back in high school and college, I would be kind of scared, to be honest with you, of like hearing about fights. I'd just be scared. Like it was kind of like, okay, downhill that way, uphill this way. Let's continue on. So all you got to remember, if you're at a GPS, down, down, up, hang left on the edge the whole time. And it's like, you know where town is, so you're not getting lost. So yeah, it kind of almost goes back to the bully, where the bully, you know, you're just kind of timid, right? Anyway, fast forward, years of kickboxing and boxing, knowing combinations, knowing how to have distance. That's beautiful. Knowing how to have distance between you and somebody who's confronting you. So if you ever get in an altercation, never let them get within punching range. Because what they're gonna try to do, they're gonna try to square you up. And you know how the guys, they drop their shoulders, they get in your face. Hey man, never let him get that close. What he's gonna do, he's gonna cold clock you. When you're not looking, he's gonna aim for your chin and he's gonna knock you out. Always keep distance. So if he is coming at you or coming at your spouse, you know, you keep a hand distance. Put out your hand, feel him, know your reach, and if he walks in threatening, then you knock him out with your reach. Aim for the chin. You might break your wrist, but you might save your life. Or if he has a weapon, like a knife, you run. If he has a gun, you can either zigzag run, or what I would personally do, this is no joke, is I would try to get close enough. Like if he's pointing it at your head, your chest, and if you can react fast enough, snatch the gun, tweak it out of his wrist fast enough before he pulls the trigger. But the best thing to do is not get in a situation like that. Okay, 111, heart rate 121. Man, we've climbed. It's a really nice trail. Getting in and out of the woods. These trees are all these are all birch. They're all gonna fill in during the summertime as the lighting hits the mountain here. And again, we're just gonna trek up this for a little bit longer and then turn around. And guess what? I'm gonna definitely earn myself a macaroon. Let's see what we got. Timer, 25 minutes only since I started my watch. 114 in, 118 heart rate, and it gets pretty through here. So this is a great spot. My turnaround point, since there's nobody here, to pee and enjoy myself a little stew. A couple down trees, be careful of that. So super beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna film a video. Oh, she's getting steep again. She's getting steep. She's trying to play with your mind a little bit. When I'm mountain biking, you never look too far forward. You kind of just focus on the grind. If you look too far forward, let me show you. If I was mountain biking this, I would see, man, I got a little bit of a hoof till it flattens out just a little bit up there. That'll play with your mind. So you kind of look up, you know it's there, but you don't fester on that. And you crank, and then when you get to that flat part, then you slow down, capture that breath, and push up. Problem with, if I was mountain biking this, there's no rest. There's like rest for 10 feet, and then you gotta punch up this nastiness, and the camera's not gonna do it justice. This is like a punch, because when you're mountain biking, if you are rolling over these, it's fine. But if you gotta go over something like this, you gotta like hop your wheel up and use upper body strength and energy and waste resources. And the next thing you know, you're on the side of the hill, having yourself a little stew and getting yourself a little espresso. Ooh, I tell you what, feeling good. I'm gonna need me 2 croissants for tomorrow morning. If that shop is still open, I might get another one for tomorrow. I left a few bites, but that was good, man. With that organic blueberry jam, that was good. That Carrefour Market has some good organic food, branded under their brand. It'd be the same like back home. The Kroger brand is King Super. I almost need to pull this sweatshirt off now too. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So in theory, you're like, Chris, man, you talk a lot, bro. I love it, man. God has given me a gift of gab, and I'm gonna edify him the last breath of my lungs. God willing, that will be 107 years old if he should tarry. I think he's gonna come back a lot sooner than that. I think I'm gonna meet the Lord Jesus Christ coming back within my lifetime. Signs of the times are there, my friends. No one knows the day or the hour, but the signs of the times are there. Bro, where are you going? Are you going up to the, literally, the Brabant? I'm almost there, man. I'm pretty sure this does. I'm pretty sure if you missed the chairlift, this would be it. Okay, just the top right there. We're at point 131 right now, starting late. I gotta remind you that. 132. So that time I get that crest right there, it's a good pivot around point. And then downhill, super easy. You're not gonna be sweating downhill. I don't know about you all, but the weather, ever since I moved to Colorado, I gotta have a tissue in my pocket. I'm always blowing my nose, especially the dryness, a little chilliness. I get a little bit out here, but I almost feel like there's more moisture here. But I do have to snot rocket or blow my nose quite frequently. 135, right on the dot. And that is beautiful. Good ending point. It's probably a gorgeous hike. Probably take you a hot minute. And that would be even more unreal. Like, it's beautiful right now, but picture all this peaks, peaks and peaks and peaks. All right, let's get cranking. What are we at? 119, see? 119. We'll see what my heart rate gets to going downhill. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna get it down, walking downhill. Give me 2 minutes, and it's probably gonna be 92 heart rate in about 120 seconds. Unless you're jogging, you know, that's a different story. Trail running. I'm gonna try to find me a walking stick I can take home. You know, I don't know if the plane's gonna allow me a stick. Sir, what is this? Like, I could probably take this one home. I'll put that in my luggage. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in my luggage. It's like a small little Moses staff that's broken. And, oh, I like the symbolization of this. Thank you, Lord. Symbolization of this is I was broken before I came back to the Lord. And now I'm restored. I'm grafted in to the family of God. I am of Jewish descent, but I have more Gentile than I do Bensberg, Jewish blood. But I like the symbolization. 2 meanings. We're grafted in. We are now forgiven. We are loved by the Lord. I've repented and I've turned. If you've never done that before, please do it. Accept the Lord Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and you shall have eternal life. Repent of your sins, meaning you tell God, I'm sorry. I repent of my sins, my past sins, everything that goes against the Lord's will. And you know exactly what's wrong. You just do it anyway sometimes. That's what I did. So you repent, you confess your sins before the Lord, and you turn from them, meaning that you don't do them anymore. And you confess that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and you shall have eternal life. It's that simple. And you live for him. Dial yourself in. If you love mountain biking, surfing, find other Christian men and women who do these things and do life together, and then go for a hike like this in the middle of nowhere. Well, I mean, I know where I am, but like, you know, there's nobody around. And then you can talk freely, and you can just like, you can be yourself. Like, I'm a crazy dude. I admit that. But that's who I am. That's who I am in the Lord. That's my testimony. This is who I was before, but I just decided to, back then, I decided to get drunk, chase girls, and do stuff that I shouldn't have done, right? But now, I live for the Lord, and I live for Christ. And living in a way where you just don't grieve the Father's heart. And we're human beings. We're not perfect. But don't do things that you're not supposed to, because it's going to grieve his heart, and the Lord disciplines those he loves. And you want to walk in his blessings. You don't want to walk in his discipline. So it's a joyful life, man. Nothing is guaranteed in this world, but trusting him and having the assurance that you're going to heaven when you die, that's absolutely beautiful. So when you confess that Jesus Christ is Lord and you live for him, you have the assurance that you are going to heaven, my friend. There's 2 things you can guarantee in this world if you've given your life to Christ: going to heaven and taxes and death. 3 things. You will die, you will pay taxes, and if you accept the Lord as your Lord and Savior, then you will have eternal life. 3 things you're guaranteed in this world. But if you don't accept the Lord as your Lord and Savior, and you decide just to wing it, and God forbid one day you get in a car accident without confessing that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, then hell's real, my friend. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Hell's real. There's a heaven and a hell, and he doesn't want you to go there. Well, why did he create it then if he doesn't want me to go there? Sin caused that. That's above my pay grade, my friend. That's between you and the Lord. But I do know that he doesn't want you. He created hell for demons and Satan because they rebelled against his perfect will. He created Satan. He created those angels that fell to the earth because Satan was prideful. He wanted to be equal or more than God. And then he got the angels to go with him, like a third of the angels, I think, or fourth or third, the Bible says. And they rebelled. It was kind of like, like somebody going against the king and being like, hey, follow me, and like, I'll set up a kingdom and I'll make you governors. And that's what he lied. Satan is the father, I think the father of lies. Yeah. So he's a liar, and he's constant in that. And Jesus talks about that. He just looks around like a roaring lion who he's going to devour. And he tried to devour me in my younger 20s. He tried to devour me when I was in drunkenness and chasing girls. He was like, hey, this guy is no good. This guy is a hypocrite. He says he's a Christian. He goes to church, but he gets drunk and he chases girls. Yeah, let's devour this guy, right? Not on my watch, not on the Lord's watch, my friend. And the Lord rescued me, and he brought me back into his sheepfold. What does that mean? That means that, like, I knew the whole time, I knew it was wrong what I was doing. And I always thought to myself, one day I'm going to have a relationship with the Lord like my brother does. And I always I always tear up when I'm telling this story. And it's because I don't know where I was going to be. If I would have died then, I don't know where I would have gone. I don't know. If you believe in once saved, always saved, I don't know, but I'm not going to risk it. Absolutely not. I'm going to have guaranteed. And that's how I am right now. Guaranteed in the name of Jesus Christ. But you have to stay in his word. You have to walk this daily. And some days are easy. Some days you're under spiritual attack where you're like, man, something's happening right now. Pray. Put on the full armor of God every day. Chris, you talk a lot. I know. But be blessed, my friend. And you know what? If I sow into their life and sow a seed, and then another waters it later down the road, and you receive eternal life, guess what? You're going to look back on that crazy dude on YouTube walking around in his Alaska hoodie with a stick. He's talking about being grafted in. And you're going to go to heaven one day, and you're going to go, oh my gosh, like that dude's words by the power of the Holy Spirit. Not my voice is speaking, but it's the power of the Holy Spirit speaking through. I get choked up because this is what I've been praying to do. And you're like, Chris, what are you doing? I'm talking about God. I'm talking about how beautiful he is. This is my testimony. And the Lord is restoring my joy. You know, if you watched a couple days ago my vlog, like, dude, divorce sucks, man. Divorce is hard. Abandonment sucks. And I talked about that a little bit this morning. But that's the second meaning right here, that I'm going to be healed. I'm going to be grafted back in with a new bride. I don't know who she is yet, but guess what? We're going to be growing as one. A broken stick growing back into a stick. Oh, man, that is beautiful. Hold on. Right as I said that, thank you, Lord. Look at that stick right there. Look at that stick. Hold on. There's a meaning behind this. And this is not a setup. Look at that. Kind of broken right there. See that broken? And then me and my wife are going to be grafted in to become one. Let's go. Man, I'm crying right now. Let's go right next to an actual walking stick. Oh man, this is delightful. See, look what the Lord does. That is the best walking stick. I'm not going to take that with me, maybe. Oh no, hold on. I got to pick up my other stick. That's my original stick. This is the coolest thing I've seen in a while. Look at that. That's the most beautiful walking stick I've ever seen. I might grab a couple of these acorns too. Our pine cones. I've done this before where, yeah, let me put them on my backpack. Plus I got to pee. So on my hikes in Colorado, I've been praying about my wife, and then the Lord shows me 2 pine cones. So representing myself and my wife, and then representing the Lord, mending us together. So yeah, these pine cones are coming back home to Colorado with me, and I either bury them or I put them around the property. Yes, Lord, thank you. All right, I got my pine cones. I got my walking stick. I mean, see, that wasn't even a setup. That was the Lord working right there. Chris, how do you know that? You know, you talk a lot. You seem so confident, but, you know, just trust, man. It's faith. It's faith. You have to have faith. Without faith, it's so let me break it down. Do I have evidence of any of this? You know, I mean, sure, you know, good things, you know. And that was perfect timing right there. Trail running up that thing. That's crazy talk. Hoofing up this thing. Have you caught the guy behind me hoofing up this thing, trail running? So Let's see, my battery. I think I got more battery. I got my cell phone if my battery goes dead. Anyway, so it's faith. Yes, the Lord speaks to me, so I know he's real. The Holy Spirit speaks, but it takes faith. Was I there when Jesus Christ died on the cross? No, I wasn't there. It takes faith. I don't remember this big old rock. So what I'm going to do with the stick, it takes faith. That's what I'm trying to get at. What I'm going to do with the walking stick, probably just going to leave it at the Airbnb, like in a corner. The airport's definitely not going to let me take this stick on the airplane, that's for sure. So let's see, what do we got? 180, 105 heart rate. So yeah, my heart rate's staying up. 103. My heart rate's staying up a little bit while I'm walking downhill. I thought I was going to be at 92, but you know, sky's the limit. So probably going to leave the stick at home. Oh, but what am I going to do with the stick? Walking into town with my hiking stick? I guess I could leave it outside the shop maybe, because I'm going to go inside some shops. Or I go back to the Airbnb, drop off my stick, and backpack, maybe go pee one more time, and then go. I mean, sky's the limit. I mean, it's just a walking stick. Ain't nobody gonna care about it. Okay, freaked me out for a split second. That's a, what is that? Is that the roe deer? No, he's a mountain goat, dude. He's a mountain goat. Well, let me get my other phone out. So the baby started chirping on me, man. That's why they say put the dogs on the leash. So the baby was like going like chirp, chirp. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what the heck? And so anyway, the mom was pissed. And I was like, don't you get pissy on me. Dude, and if I had a fireplace, you better believe I'd be dragging down these birch logs right here. Heck yeah, light me a fire. That homie was trail running this thing. That guy's nutter butter. That guy's the fish of France. So we have this buddy. Let's see, wait a second, hold on. Did I go downhill then uphill? No, I always went uphill. I didn't see that part. So this is where you got to pay attention to where you're going, Chris. You're vlogging so much, but look at all this wood. Look at all this wood. This is some good wood. This is some good firewood right here. All right, so anyway, I sent the video to my family and I was like, this is why people film when, you know, God forbid they come across wildlife and it's kind of scary, is because you film it because like you feel like there's a barrier between you and the object when there's a camera in front of you, if that makes any sense. There's probably some psychological study about this, but as you're pointing the camera, like there's just seems to be like a barrier between you and the object, right? That's why people wear sunglasses when they're nervous. Like celebrities during interviews, they'll wear sunglasses like indoors. I remember this one interview with Barbara Walters, and I think I didn't watch the whole thing, but I caught this clip. Barbara Walters asked Lady Gaga to take off her sunglasses. You know, it was like an indoor interview, and Lady Gaga's like, you know what, Barbara, I never do this, but I'll do it for you. And I was like, you know what? It's like, number one, respect, but number two, it's like, you know, they're probably just insecure people. I mean, I don't know. I'm just, you know, spit shooting, but, you know, the sunglasses will give them like, you know, I used to do that, you know, especially like, you know, during like the daytime, if you're at the beach talking to a girl or whatever, you just feel like more confidence because they can't see your eyes. I'm not really sure. There has to be some sort of study behind that as well. But anywho, we're feeling good. We're feeling frisky, and we're gonna let my voice rest a little bit because I've been talking quite a bit, and we'll be back with you. So let me give you a couple French words that you could survive your whole entire time in Chamonix with these French words. Okay, so s'il vous plaît is please, s'il vous plaît. Merci is thanks. Merci beaucoup is thank you very much. So the mountain biker, when I got off trail for him to pass me, he said, merci beaucoup, thank you very much. If you need a receipt, ticket. And then if you need the toilet. You got to get that accent in there, toilet. If you want water, de l'eau. I was pronouncing it de l'eau, and she couldn't understand me until I said de l'eau, water. Du vin is wine, du vin. I didn't use that. I used to drink red wine. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to be all crazy legalistic, but I'm not trying to stumble my brothers and sisters in the Lord as well. This trip on the plane ride, a few sips of champagne, you know, when they brought it to me. A few sips, but I'm not a big drinker. And then in the lounge, a few sips of champagne that they offered. But again, I'm not a drinker anymore. I used to drink red wine, a glass, and sip it for 45 minutes, an hour while I watched a television show. And it was very pleasurable, but the Lord said, give it up, because it kind of became not an idol, but it was just like all the time. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I was trying to like keep it down to like 2 or 3 times a week. And like I was having a glass of wine like 5 nights a week. And you're like, Chris, that's pretty excessive. Again, it was just a regular small glass of wine that I would sip for 45 minutes, an hour. So I wouldn't like drink it to get an eye change, a buzz, or anything like that. But it just, little crick. but it was just too excessive. And I felt like it had a little bit of a control on me. And that's why the Lord said, give it up. And he'll test you in certain things as well. He'll say, give it up. And you're like, man, that's a really pleasurable experience. And that's what I told the Lord. I said, you want me to give up wine? Like, and you know what my response was? And I kind of joked about this, but like, I was like, Lord, there's like not too much stuff that like gives me pleasure, and you're taking one of those away. Like, I don't have a wife. I don't have children. Of course, you don't want to make those things idols, but you know, I mean, you know what I'm getting at. Okay, I'm getting back into society. So we won't shout. We won't be that loud American guy anymore. Now, something to keep in mind. That's what I think. I was watching this one. I don't really watch them too often anymore, but I got really hooked on chateau renovation videos. And there was this one American couple, you might have seen them. The wife is super quirky and funny, and then Lincoln is the husband, and they have 2 daughters, which they never show. So you kind of think like, do they actually have children? Anyway, so they're remodeling a chateau. It's a beautiful chateau. It's like the perfect size chateau. They have le petit salon, which is the small salon, le petit salon. They say that that's what like French people say about Americans. We're just like super loud, and we are. Like all the people that are loud that I hear in the city, towns, and squares, it's almost like Americans want others to hear what you're trying to say. It's kind of funny. And this is me, but there's nobody around right now. So, you know, that's why in the morning time I have the microphone. And what do we got, like cell phone towers right here? Yeah, I'm not a big cell phone tower kind of guy. I wouldn't want to live. Oh, that's what those are. They're like bunkers, like ventilation bunkers or something like that for the cell phone towers. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live close to a cell phone tower. I'm going to be honest with you. I definitely believe in EMF, just like overpowering like radio frequencies or whatever. Electric discharge. You know, I mean, probably, well, I mean, that's why people are like raging about, you know, 5G and all that stuff. You know, a lot of that stuff is true. You know, you don't want to be some like crazy, you know, conspiracy theorist, but I wouldn't want to live underneath big power lines. My cousin, when he rented a place in the Hollywood Hills, it was like super close to these major power lines, and they actually had to sign a waiver, and the waiver was like talking about all sorts of stuff that could potentially happen, like side effects because of these things, and you kind of had to like sign this waiver. And I was like, no thank you regarding that. All right, we're back on the street, so we'll tone it down a little bit here. All right, so we're gonna take our walking stick and 108 heart rate, 240 in with like 0.30. We're almost at 3 miles once again. So I think the goal for tonight is I want to get to maybe 8 for the day, maybe 8 or 9 miles for the day. We'll see. Yeah, you can only park here maximum 24 hours, and no camping and no campers. So no van life over this direction here. We got some live music in the town square, I think. Maybe a couple, what do they call them? Buskers? Buskers. So instead of going down the shortcut by the school and the big apartment complex there, which you can stay there if you want to, if I ever came back, I mean, I wouldn't mind checking out, like, you know, for a couple nights in one of a place like that. But I do like the kind of ski chalet vibe. That's more of like a poshy hotel vibe to it. As long as you get like a place that's, you know, upgraded a room with mountain view. You definitely want the view. If they're not listing the view on Airbnb, you might want to second guess that view. You know what I'm saying? So all Mana homes, they really hype that view, and the view lives up every single place. Oh, okay, now I know where I am. This is that hotel with the little gondola and the apartment complex right here. So we're still down just a little bit around the corner from our first entry point. Well, actually, this is an apartment complex. Oh, no, that's part of it. I'm sorry. And then you got the Espace Mont Blanc right here. I think that's part of it, maybe not. And then you have this right here. So you do have little small balconies. There are like opportunities to, you know, like, you know, stay at these places, you know, for cheaper. Like this probably wouldn't be that much. And just saw another police officer I haven't seen in a super long time. So anyway, cool, kind of got your little shop here. Let's go ahead and just poke in. You can take your photo right there, because I want to start at the edge of town. So this is kind of the area here, kind of like a little boutique place. Check in right there. You got little roller carts if you need to check in. Little game room. Play some foosball, and then this fancy restaurant attached to it right here, Rosaterre right here. I see people in here late at night. Nice ambiance. Obviously there's nobody there right now, so, you know, I'm not filming anybody, but I think you can park over here, and you always know when people pull into town. Kind of with the, and that's probably the easiest thing to do, but you got to be a little careful going that way, rolling the bags in the middle of the street. So this side doesn't really have a sidewalk, so you kind of have to be careful. I'm going to cross over to the other side over here before this bus comes. And then my little circle again is right here with the edge of town. So those people that were rolling their bags all the way to their Airbnb, they came into the bus station way over here, and then you're right on the corner of Imprenia, the Indian cuisine over here, and thus starts the Hypocenter walk down it. So we need to get some mission tonight souvenirs. I'll let you know where I get those souvenirs at least 2 macaroons and maybe a croissant for tomorrow, because we are going snowboarding, so we don't really have time to come all the way down here and walk down here. I mean, I could, but I'd rather get on the road a little quicker. So I got my macaroons, same shop as last night. I got them right here, 2 of them here, and they're $1.40 for the macaroons. I got chocolate, and then I got, salted caramel right here, and they also have some tasty delectable treats that we saw last night, but they packaged it up, and I think it was what, $2.60 or something like that. And I got to leave my stick outside, and they didn't take it. That's kind of a staple. You kind of have to go for croissant, macaroons, baguette, and then what else am I forgetting? French press coffee, of course. Where was that live music at? Okay, so we need to find the I wouldn't mind finding a bathroom. I think I know where one is. And then we're gonna head over and grab some souvenirs that should be over yonder. Just out of curiosity, let's go around the corner here and see. I don't think it's gonna be open, or they're not gonna be as fresh, but La Panère, this is the place where I got the croissant. Yeah, still open. Cool. Okay, I might go this direction, maybe, and get one more croissant. Might not be as fresh. Let me ponder on that one. I got to come back this direction anyway, so instead of shoving it in my backpack and smashing it, I kind of want it nice and fluffy. So, and obviously they're going to be kind of the last ones of the day, fresher in the morning for sure. Okay, so pizza place is right there, man. I'm just saying, it's really, really good. All right, I might come into town tomorrow night after all.
Losing myself again.
I don't think it's live music, but they got something jamming right over here. And then in the city center, they got some music jamming as well. But this would be a cool little vibe right here, right next to the river. That's the little bridge we crossed over last night right there. And there's my chateau I bought for 50 million with, 20 million euro with 50 million of renovations. That's like a smaller version of that other huge complex that we've already seen. But I mean, come on, they're blooming, man. They're popping. Springtime's here, baby. All right, this is where the vendors were over here. This is where the farmer's market was over here. Nobody's there anymore, except for people just chilling. It's a little bit more of a chillier of a night, but you know, you get bundled up. Little Olympics, little rings are right over yonder there. Okay, we're actually gonna hoof it to, see, the train station I think is right back over here. So we're gonna go hoof it to the train station, and then we're gonna go utilize the restroom facilities. And then over there, yeah, they got the surf skate going. The souvenir shop that everyone hypes is right over here as well. So let's go make our way down over here. I think the train station should be right behind this building here. And then now we're on the far edge of town. Still some shops over there. I saw another organic market. It just says bio market. Bio, not bio. We would pronounce it bio. There's the church right there. Not bio, bio. Let's see, what are we at? 3.83, 84 heart rate. We've been going for an hour and 31 minutes since we started my watch. By the time I shop, it'll be dark, so I'll get to enjoy the lights. I'll take the long way back around and hit it out. We're probably gonna burn through this battery. I think we have to walk around this parking lot to get to the train station. Yeah, so yeah, you just gotta walk through here and then cruise. Here's a little shop for cheeses and wine. Parking over here. Let's see, oh yeah, there's the McDonald's. And then you gotta walk this way. So the souvenir shop I'm gonna go to is right there. And then the bathroom by the train station is behind this hotel over here. So the McDonald's, just focus on the McDonald's and then you'll find the souvenir shop. I'll show you when we get there. But again, we're gonna cruise by. You know what? I'll probably be able to shop and then use a different bathroom instead of going all the way to the train station unless I really wanted my steps. Yeah, might as well. Let's get some steps in. Cute dog right over here. Wowzers. Look at this real quick. This is unbelievable. Ajou de Midi right here. A bunny rabbit. Look at this, man. Those things are not cheap, probably. 490. Oh, just for the print, I think. Print, no frame, or maybe frame 490. That's not bad, because it's not the original. But sushi shop is closed, unfortunately. Okay, so this is the souvenir shop we are going to go to. Oh no, it's open. It's just not. You got 42 pieces of sushi for $26.90 at the sushi shop, and then this is the place, La Tres. La Tres. This is what Grok hyped right here, and I do want to get one of those like poster prints. I did see another shop that had one that I really liked, so if I don't see it in here, but I'm also going to be looking for. There's tote bags right there. I want to get a tote bag. I want to get a Christmas ornament. Let's go ahead and look over here real quickly here. So my mom actually bought one of those like Swiss cowbells right there when we were in Switzerland. That was pretty cool. And then, yeah, maybe like a little espresso cup as well. So this is what Grok hyped on Twitter X. But okay, so anyway, in the meantime, we got to go hit the baño. There's probably one at McDonald's, but I'm trying to get some steps in. So let's head up the street because I kind of want to cruise the streets a little bit. Since it's a little bit more chillier tonight, I think there's more people back in the main heart. This place was popping up here the other night when we came up here, right next across the street from the train station. But I think because it's a little bit chillier, nobody really wants to hang out and drink beers. So probably more like hot chocolates. Back in the main heart of town, they got a lot of like, bonfires and stuff going at that Irish coffee place. That seems to be the happening spot right now, and the place across the street for dinner or whatnot. So Roaster, got a burger place right here, Roaster, and looks like just kind of quick grab, probably pretty darn good. I did write a few recommendations down, but the Indian restaurant and Josephine's is the only one I can think of off the top of my head, but I'll give you like a summary of other ones that I saw several recommendations for on YouTube as well. See, this place was hyped a couple nights ago, but now it's kind of dead out here right now. Maybe because a lot of skiers. That place is getting hyped though, right here. Probably because they have live music going right now. Yeah, they got live music. That's why they got. It's also Saturday night, so they're getting hyped over there. Let's go to the bathroom over yonder. You always got to know where your free bathrooms are. Always pay attention to the traffic circles. We'll roll over here and then we'll go get some souvenirs. All right, I'm gonna blitz my battery here, so we'll try to save a little bit of battery, but. Also, you need to know pardon. Pardon means excuse me. So that definitely comes in handy. I remember the first time I used com licença is Portuguese for excuse me. I was so hyped. I was trying to get around this guy and I was like, com licença, and he moved out of my way. I was like, yeah! All right, let's go get some souvenirs and save some battery. Alrighty, before my battery dies, let me show you a few of these things here. Cool little prices too, not bad. €6.99 for a little espresso cup here. Kind of goes in a couple different sizes. Then it gets a little bit more, $11.50 when you're going up to like a coffee cup, but prices aren't too bad. Like little coffee cups right here, €8.99. You got some headbands and stuff like that, some socks. That does get up in price a little bit, but I'm thinking about this little guy here with a little couple gondolas, Chamonix, right there for $6.99. I was thinking about that. You can do some journals as well. So a couple more. A couple little skiers over here. If you were going for that vibe. Oh, that's actually cool. That's actually $1 cheaper. You got some skiers on there like that. So I want to maybe poke around a little bit before I do decide on a few little decors. But yeah, this shop has a lot of cool stuff. They do have, again, like little headbands right here, beanies up here, socks and hats. A couple things for the ladies here, candles and all that. So I'm going to consider that little espresso cup and we'll continue on our little journey here. Sorry, let me lift you up a little bit there. There we go. Very cool. Found. This was something I wanted as well. Try to get something unique and not pay a boat ton of money for it. Some of these are super cool, but a little bit pricey regarding that, but maybe like just a nice little one without breaking the bank. But again, this is why I took the back roads to Crans, Montana, so that you can have a little bit more budget for Christmas ornament. This is kind of cool with a chairlift and skis right there. Let me look at some of these prices here. Alrighty, got myself a nice haul of goodies. Battery is just about to die. I do want to go up, and I think I'm gonna, if the place is still open, let me wrap my array around this one more time, because I don't know, besides Monday, and then maybe a croissant, but this is the happening spot over here. But I do need to go up this street, and yeah, I think they're still open because their stuff's outside. That place closed down a little bit earlier tonight. I think it's about 7 something. So I'm glad I got in there. All right, so this guy's pumping, man. Let's cruise over here. They got a live DJ going on right now. The place is pretty mellow too. He's throwing down a set right now. All right, battery died on my, yeah, this phone for some reason, the lights just penetrate in. Huh, the church is open. Oh, because it's a Catholic church. I think they do mass on Saturday nights. I think, yeah, unfortunately, couldn't get in right there anymore. Okay, so I have a chance to either walk that way, but we'll go back around the main and push out the front. So should have bought the croissant when I had a chance, but I got some sweet souvenirs. Let's see here, I've just paid 12 for the print and then 75 euros for Christmas ornaments, but my parents are taking care of my dog for 2 weeks, so I wanted to do some nice things for them. Got a tote bag as well, things I'm actually gonna use, and a couple Christmas ornaments. So again, splurged a little bit for some things and then cheap on other things. I'll take that 40 euro budget, and for the Swiss vignette, save some cash. Let's push on through. Another souvenir shop is right here, more closer towards Airbnb La Maison de la Presse. And there's a lot of souvenirs over there. Again, the entry is not very bad at all. You might have to put a little bit of money into remodeling it to kind of spruce it up a little bit more for Mana Homes to manage your property, but 240, not bad at all. It's just it's a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. But again, you could probably rent that out for 116, 120 euros a day. And you go up to a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. And that one's gonna be 380. 590, 450 in downtown, 260, and that has land right there. 552, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, a little studio for 209, and then you get a little bit bigger, nice big apartment right here, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 850. So you guys can see the entry level, and then Airbnb the thing is very, very nice. Some of these might be in the city next door. Let me see here. Verde apartment, Argentière. Yeah, Argentière, here's Mont Blanc. So you do have to see. So obviously Mont Blanc is, Chamonix Mont Blanc is where you're gonna find more people wanting to go. And then Argentière right there for 260, that's where Grands Martes is. And then that one is in the heart. So you're definitely gonna rent out your downtown in the heart. They call it the Hyper Center. You're gonna rent out, sorry for my camera lens, but you're gonna rent out Airbnb. It's going to be fully booked in the Hyper Center for sure. And then again, more real estate over there, Century 21. We've already seen that. And yeah, sorry for the camera lens, a little fogged up, but let's head on home. So if I was with a group, I definitely wouldn't mind going to this Indian restaurant and then Josephine's for sure. But to be honest with you, I'd rather blow 2 of those dinners because Josephine's probably going to run you, 40, 50 for a steak. I might be off on that one, but so I just spent, let's see, 12 plus 75, 70, 87 euros I just spent. And I got souvenirs for my brother and his wife, for myself, and for my parents for taking care of my pup. Definitely different than Thursday night. A lot more people. I was the only one walking up the street on Thursday night. And tonight, a lot more people walking down. It is Saturday night. Same thing with Friday night. Just people want to go out to dinner, families. A lot of people, like couples. I'm not seeing too many single folks cruising around. And then, older retired people as well. But now again, I don't drink, but I definitely wouldn't mind sitting there listening to that DJ hit those beats for a little bit, that's for sure. And if you're ever with people, and you don't drink, just order a seltzer water with a lime and sip on the seltzer water. Super chill. Harry Potter house that way, and my place up this way. Huh, fireworks. That's pretty cool. I didn't know they were gonna do that tonight. And by the way, this is that big old shindig. All right, so the big house back here, they got a Mercedes-Benz, really nice luxury van, picking the group up, and they're gonna take them. So definitely on site concierge. That's pretty cool. Got the water here. Got a web camera pointing down their Tesla. And then I saw him drop a charger. Let's see, somebody's coming. I saw him drop a charger down off the balcony to charge the Tesla from the balcony. Do be careful, especially on a Saturday night, tight street like this. I need to pull in here and wait for them to drive by. So yeah, you definitely have full-blown concierge service. Oh goodness, yeah, you got to be careful. That van almost whacked those people right in front of me. But the whole street's filled though. Goodness, there's a lot of people over there. It feels really good to come back when you've been established and you walk. It just feels good. It feels good coming back to this place, man. And it's a great location. So I'm glad I don't have an Airbnb by those guys. They're literally right as I tucked into my Airbnb little compound. They're no joke, English dudes. There was probably 18 of them, 15 or 18 dudes walking down the street. And you know they're just bombing it at some big Airbnb that sleeps like 16. But again, original chalet. If you're down there and you want to have everything just dialed in, I mean, I think there was a lot of people staying there. And I looked at the website, they were only booked for like 2 nights. So they're just probably coming in, staying somewhere fancy, you know, for a couple nights. And let me take off this jacket. Oh, and I bought some really cool stuff for 75, 80 euro or whatever. So let's get you a little haul. Okay, first up, a cool little print right here. I thought that was so cool. I just was like, man, you know what? That's my future wife and I's vibe right there, man. Chamonix, Mont Blanc. I'll put that in a frame. Or not even put that in a frame, maybe an IKEA frame, put that in my future office. I just think that's so chill. Just a chill little vibe. That was 12 euro for that. I do have to be a little careful bringing that home, but that will probably go in the overhead compartment. All right, so let's turn on some light for you. Take a little look-see. Let's see here. Is there tax? Oh my goodness gracious. Is Tivia? Tivia must be tax. $12.49 in tax, 20% tax? Seriously? What was... This one was for the macaroons. Dude, does downtown charge 20% tax? That's ridiculous. No, this dude only charged 12 euro on the dot. What's up with that souvenir shop charging 20% tax? That might be wrong. I'm going to add that up. It says Tivia. That can't be that much in tax. I'm going to add this up and see if that's correct, because that's bonkers if they just charge me 20%. Anyway, we'll add that up. So let's go ahead and take a little look-see here. No, scratch that. There was no tax, unless that's the tax they added into the price. But it was $74.94, and I just added everything up, and it equaled $74.94. So don't know what that is, but didn't matter. There's no tax added to your bill. It might already be in the prices. So good to know on that. All right, so these are just very simple tote bags. I got this one for my mom and dad, French Mountains, Chamonix Mont Blanc, a little deer on there with some mountains right there. Again, a reusable shopping bag for them. And it was 2 for 15 or 1 for 10. And so I got Adventure Awaits Chamonix Mont Blanc. I got this one for me because I use a tote every single time I go to church. I shove my stuff in there, and it's just a small tote like this, but it's a little dirty, and I wanted one from Chamonix. If not, I'll use it as a reusable shopping bag. But for my tote, because I do use a tote bag, I probably will use this one. All right, so 2 for 15 on the totes. I thought that was a good deal. And this, I overpaid a little bit, but it's so stinking cool, man. So this is going to be my Christmas ornament on my tree, and I'll put like a little string on there so I can kind of hang it a little bit easier. And they do sell kind of a cheaper one that was like $5 cheaper, but this thing is really well made. This was 14.99 euros. Little skis on the side of it here, kind of a cable car. And because I did that, I wanted to treat myself to that. Okay, and then we got to be careful with these, getting these home. I got 3 of these. I got one for myself, one for my brother and his wife, and one for my mom and dad as well. And they're going to really appreciate the, I'll detach that one later. So I got, again, one for myself. These were $6.99 each. Skis and a little chairlift and then a little string on top to hang it from your tree. I thought that was super cool. And that's actual wood too there, if you are wondering. That was $6.99. And I decided to splurge. I really like this one, and I decided to splurge on another Christmas ornament. You know what? Because you're in Chamonix, why not? All right, so coming over to this one. And this, again, is the name of the company. And I'm glad, oh, here, let me get you, I think it says family business maybe. And that's the number and the email address and the street. Again, it's right down the street from the train station. And then I got this for my espressos and coffee. We filmed that in the shop, but I will actually start using this starting tomorrow. So I thought that was really cool. I'm gonna save that bag, or I could wrap it up. And then I splurged on another journal, which I'm super pumped up about. And then I got a little plastic bag there. So the journal actually wasn't that expensive. It was $16.99. So I splurged on the journal and I splurged on this. I was going to get a tote, and so I could have gone cheaper route and just got this ornament, but I really like this one. And every time I see this, I'm going to remember the trip. And then I got a new journal for $16.99 that has this little magnetic clasp. And this is the one that my sister gave me, my brother's wife. They were in Portland, Oregon, and or Portland area, and I filled up pretty much halfway. There is definitely some more to go in this one, but I'm either going to continue and start this one, but no, the year just started, so I kind of have to start this for 2025. Because the Lord restored my joy in Chamonix, I'm going to switch over to this one. So this is like a metaphor for like crossing the Jordan, the wilderness, right? So we've left the wilderness behind, and now we're entering in the new promised land. We're entering in the new promises of the Lord. Love the magnetic clasp, and then it opens up, and then you have like actual lines on here, and it's just, it's a journal. So I journal almost every single day, not every day, but I journal all the time, and I love the colors of it. This is kind of a fabric, and then this is kind of like some sort of fabric as well, nicely stitched with fabric on the back, that magnetic clasp, and we're going to journal the first day starting tomorrow. So absolutely fantastic. Thank you, sis, for the journal. But the wilderness is behind me and the promised land is ahead of me. And so for my mom and dad, they're getting one tote underneath here. They're getting one ornament. They're getting one of these chocolate bars, And then my sister and brother, my brother and his wife, I call my sister, are getting one chocolate bar, one Christmas ornament. Yeah. So I think that's, I tried to find a puzzle. I found what I thought was a puzzle, but there was actually biscuits. It wasn't a puzzle. And so I was like, okay, let's not buy that. But I almost bought the puzzle for my brother and his wife. There's probably puzzles around here. I can't think of anything else that I wanted. I wanted the print. I wanted the tote. I wanted a Christmas ornament. The journal was a bonus for sure. Chocolate, definitely a bonus. I am getting hungry, so I do need to make some dinner, but it's already cooked. I just need to reheat it back up. Actually, I just looked at my notes. I did write down a journal, so very cool. The only thing I haven't gotten that I totally forgot about, which I didn't see, which I might go into town one more time before I do leave, is a water pint glass. So I drink pint glasses, and typically like a beer pint glass would be perfect, but if I could get like a pint glass, 16 ounces, that says Chamonix with like a cool logo, I always drink out of a pint glass that's 16 ounces, so I know exactly how much water I'm consuming. Totally spaced on it, and I'm going to ask a grok if one of these souvenir shops might have it. If not, I'll go to that secondary one I pointed out to you at the entrance of the Hypercenter as I'm walking that direction. They had a bunch of souvenirs. I might go look in there to see if they have a pint glass. If so, definitely buy it. It would probably only be like 10 or 12 euros max, and call it a day. I mean, just on my souvenirs, saving the Swiss vignette. So we got 17, 15, $6.99, tote bag $7.50, and $6.99 for this. Yeah, we're a little bit over 40, but sky's the limit. Well, I didn't smash it too bad, but my macaroon's a little bit smashed. Cute little bag though. Again, I think what I say, $130, $120 per macaroon. Half tonight, half tomorrow. I'll have half of each. Salted caramel and chocolate. Still pretty soft. Still pretty soft. I'm gonna heat up some soup. Pretty much same dinner as last night. Oh, by the way, my watch clocked in 6 miles. So including the hike and through the town, 6 miles plus 3 miles this morning. That is 9 miles of walking. That's why you stay thin while you're in Europe. Whoops, forgot to add my tea leaves. Again, that's why, I just love a clean, beautiful home. Love the kitchen island. I love going here, and I love going here. You know what I'm saying? We got our baguettes. We got our macaroons. We got our new espresso cup. We got fresh organic food. Let's go. Fresh organic food.
Fresh organic food, let's go.
All right. Okay, we got our tea going. We got our broccoli, zucchini going, cauliflower, all organic. We're washing a few dishes over here. I mean, folks, it is not all bad, folks. It is not all bad. We had oatmeal this morning. We had a little bit over half a croissant. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here, I'm not counting calories. I'm not like, yo, hey, let's get after it. You know what I'm saying? What we're doing is we're trying to enjoy. You know, we're not overdoing it, we're not overindulging it, and we're earning it. You know what I'm saying? We are earning it. And I saved a boat ton of money by bringing all my my own food, all my organic nuts, organic olive oil. I mean, just honestly, by me not going out to dinners, eating what I have here at the house, bringing my own nuts, my own pumpkin seeds, oh goodness gracious, probably, okay, so let's say I didn't bring that stuff and I still didn't really like go out to dinner, but like I wanted to like buy, you know, nuts and all that stuff and oatmeal and all that stuff, I still saved at least 150 to 200 euros, I think, bringing some of my own supplies. Like if I was gonna go bare bones, but I mean, I'm talking about organic though. Peanut butters. Okay, so this is when you start being careful with what you're buying, because I'm glad that I brought like what I brought. So I'm still gonna have a little bit of leftover nuts, but I've blown through a Costco peanut butter. I've like almost blown through the almond butter. The hemp hearts, I'm glad I brought a whole one because that's getting a little bit low as well. I got one more apple for tomorrow. The organic flax seeds, I think we might make it through 2 more days. Technically tomorrow is cheat day, but again on Tuesday, I'm gonna be eating lounge food, not overdoing it, because I'll be honest with you, like, hey, I mean, like we're human beings and your boy's digestion on a plane, like I'm not trying to like rip it up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about like just tooting away. So your boy on cheat day, your boy gets a little gassy and your boy's not trying to like be tooting away. I am going to be in first class, so they better not mind a few toots. Just tootin', you know what I'm saying? Tootaroo. We got bananas. We got one more lemon left. I'm going to cut that in half. We got 3 more oranges, 1 for tonight, 1 for tomorrow, 1 for Monday night. We'll take a few of these things to the Crown Plaza Hotel of Geneva. I have not checked, but if you ever want to get a hold of people and you are, you know, in the category, I should say, of like, you know, making videos and stuff like that, I have really good response time with, and even if you're not, like let's say something's happening with your rental car with Hertz, let's say something's happening with your American Airlines flight, direct message them on Twitter. They don't have to be following you. If they're a company, you can just follow them. Once you follow them, you can direct message them. I direct messaged Crown Plaza Hotel. They got back to me within probably 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. They sent me an online form for my YouTube channels and kind of my pitch, like what I'm gonna do, what hotel I need, what location. I'm doing it a little bit quicker. They want actually like 14 days before you need to stay there if they decide to go with you and decide to allow you to do their things. But I would definitely start, like if you're a traveler, start, you know, like documenting. I watched plenty of smaller YouTube channels and they were reviewing airlines because they were flying airlines. Just start doing it. If your videos pop, like that's why I'm reviewing all these Airbnbs, I'm reviewing the mountains, I'm reviewing the car rental place, because if these videos start popping, you can lead these people back to those videos. I try to get Hertz on board. Unfortunately, they haven't got back to me. It is what it is. I pitched them. I mean, my Tesla video, I rented a Tesla from Hertz and that video has like 43,000 views. And so that was my pitch to them, is like, hey, listen, like, you know, I'm wondering if you can hook me up, you know, with a rental car while I'm in town. Unfortunately, sometimes you'll get a response, sometimes you won't. Again, sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. It's cool nonetheless that they actually take the time to get back to you, even with a no. And it's not like a hard no. It's like, it's, you know, like, hey, you know, what I've gotten before with companies is, you know, we are at our budget right now for social media, but we hope to be able to, you know, work with you later down the road, or unfortunately, we're not signing on to new contracts right now. Hope you have a good day. And in that case, it's like, thank you for your interest, but you don't have a big enough following. Thank you for your interest. Have a great day. So, I mean, sometimes it's just, you know, letting you down easy, which is nicer than saying like, hey bro, like you don't get the views we're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously they're a company and they're not trying to like be mean because they don't want to have their reputation smeared over the internet. You know what I'm saying? So, but I did that with, was it TimberTech? And they actually got back to me. And you know what I did? I responded to them for their very nice no to me. And I said, you know what guys, thank you for taking the time and emailing me back. This is TimberTech, like actual decking company, right? Thank you for taking the time and getting back to me. I appreciate you. Hope to work with you in the future. Have a great day, Chris. And they'll remember that. You know what I'm saying? They'll remember that. And who knows, maybe you barked up the right tree, and maybe a social media manager will see that and be like, yo, you know, this guy's chill. This guy's chill. I had, what was it? Newegg. There was a lady on Newegg. She worked for Newegg. She got a hold of me. Nothing ever came of it because it was kind of weird. They wanted me to do like live stuff. She said, I looked over your channel and I forgot exactly what she said, but she said she's impressed with like the way I did things or the way I presented. And it was like kind of a way of saying like, hey, I know you don't have the views like other big channels, but I like your style, so to speak. And so I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, I need to heat up some soup, get my baguette going. I'm going to see if I can find maybe a new series, maybe something about Chamonix real estate on YouTube. I mean, I wouldn't mind watching another episode of House of David, but I'm kind of interested in this Chamonix real estate right now. Maybe American family has moved here and they're, you know, talking about it or something like that. So, and that's a really good way to find some new YouTubers as well. I already mentioned it, but this soup is delicious. And I was actually at dinner last night. I couldn't finish it all. Goodness gracious. I thought I was going to be able to, but it was a hefty amount of food. So we'll save some of this for tomorrow. And I'd like to finish all my food. I definitely wouldn't mind getting a pizza. You know, that pizza wasn't that bad. It wasn't like gushy. And so if I do get a pizza, it'll just be a pizza. I'll probably skip the sugar. Don't want to kill your immune system as you're building it. I feel great, by the way, even in the chillier weather walking. The niacin and vitamin C, praise the Lord, has done an amazing job. Thank you, Jesus. So, had my dinner, absolutely delicious. And I love videos like this. Goodness, I'm getting hooked on these videos. So this is flying solo in Air France first class. And it's by a channel, they're actually pretty big. It's called Kara and Nate. They have 4.15 million subscribers. And she's flying solo from France back to Miami. And she's reviewing the Air France first class. Their new, what is it? Their new La Première. And like chauffeurs picked her up at the airport. They've like ushered her in, did their own security bag check, you know, behind like the curtain passport check. It's a different airport experience. And she flew them business class to Paris and then first class back, similar to what I'm doing. Now, American Airlines is, I haven't been on there, but I'm not sure if it's like this. This is very unique, huge space. Anyway, love the content, and I'm getting ideas for my own videos. Just like get some different shots of the food and be a little bit more like, you know, not entertaining, but like legitimate, like real, but like, you know, just some layovers. As in when you're talking about the food, instead of like showing this, you show your face and then you show a quick shot, you overlay it, and then, you know, just kind of, you know, do that kind of cool little thing here. Anyway, the chocolate macaroon, I divided them in half. I don't know if I'm going to eat all of them, like 2 macaroons, but I did walk 9 miles, so probably should eat all the macaroons. I just had an orange as well. Let me see that hair. Hair is looking crispy. Might be the lighting. The sun wasn't out. I look a little flushed in the face maybe. Or it could just be the lighting. Regardless, I'm looking good, feeling good. Haven't tried the salted caramel yet, but the chocolate slaps. Let's try the salted caramel. Oh yeah. Oh goodness gracious. That took a second for the salt to kick in. Oh goodness gracious. Oh, you just gotta chew it slow. It takes a while for that one to kick in. That is deluxe. Okay, don't want to overdo it with the immune system, so I'm gonna chill on the sugar, save the other 2 halves for tomorrow. It's just nice to have a little kick like that. Oh, that's delectable. Oh, they're both fantastic. Yeah, go to that place. Where was the, I forgot. I filmed it though. I think I filmed it. That's delightful. Already found it. Ricard.
Ridard, Ricard. In Chamonix, right there in the Hypercenter, Ricard. They got pastries, tasty treats. But I definitely recommend La Panère for the croissant. That was absolutely deluxe. This place has like cakes, and they're pretty expensive, but they're really nice looking cakes. And I think they were like 30 something euros. They got the chocolates, the macaroons, kind of a specialty shop. All right, we're gonna put some saran wrap over the top of that, save that for tomorrow. I got my two, I almost took them down, but I'm saving them. Your boy did polish off that whole jar for cheat day. I think I separated it in 2 different days for my birthday and then like my cheat day before my birthday. My birthday was an extra additional day. I still need to wash this. I have pretty good, I shouldn't say pretty good. I have excellent. So I got all the chocolate right here, and instead of picking out, even though you walk 9 miles and your metabolism's probably burning on all cylinders, I'd rather put good food in and have little snibbles. If it's not a cheat day, cheat day, I'll put down like cookies, and you kind of like, your brain just kind of like goes on a mouse wheel. But when you only can have like 1 bite, you savor it even more. So again, only 1 macaron tonight, no other processed sugar, just good veggies, good tea. Need to do some dishes, put those in the dishwasher. It's only 9:14 right now. Sky's the limit. Oh, by the way, I think and I got to put this in the review. Let me turn on some lights here. I think the wash machine actually is a 2-in-1. And I got to put this in my review. So wash and dry. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I washed it already, and then I think this side's washing, this side's not. Let's turn it on. Okay, and let's crank it over here to this side. And what is that, 30 degrees Celsius? Does that say wash? See, I need to watch the YouTube video from the company. They sent you a YouTube video about how to use it. Or I need to get Google Lens and find out what this is, so I'm not like washing it again. So anyway, oh, by the way, my alpaca socks that for snowboarding that my mom got me, absolutely fantastic. And then I brought my own laundry sheets. These are by like Clean or something or other. They're super, I don't know if I talked about this or not, but I'm using these little itty bitty sheets that do an absolutely fantastic job. So I'm not using liquid laundry detergent, but they do obviously do offer it if you do need it. We'll figure this out here in a second after I'm done with this video. Well, I'm not sure what thingamabobber was on, but I had the glamour effect on for some oddball reason. Yeah, I thought the battery percentage, okay, there we go. So I had the glamour effect on. Anyway, I want to finish up this video, finish up my tea. I need to email Crown Plaza, just hit me back on Twitter actually a while ago, and they gave me the email for the hotel and the phone number. And I'm going to email, and they actually said they're going to have their rep. Hopefully they get back to me sooner than this, but they put out a notice to get a hold of me for the hotel upgrade. So either A, 2 things could happen, 3 things could happen. A, I would say no, and I would stay with my standard room. B, I would get an upgrade because they have a junior suite and the 1-bedroom suite. The 1-bedroom suite's very expensive. It's like, oh goodness, what did I add it up? It was like equivalent to like $1,500 US. The junior suite I think would be equivalent to like maybe $700. And then I got a standard room. Again, for some reason, Geneva is really expensive just for 1 night in this particular slot. But if you punch it like a couple weeks more ahead, for some reason, like all the prices drop. That's why when I was like looking around, I was like, what the heck? Like when I first researched this, like these hotel, airport hotels were, like a really fancy one was like, 180 or something like that. But now they're quite expensive. Anywho, so I'm going to email, after I watch this video, I'm going to email the Geneva Crown Plaza Hotel. I'm going to pitch them the same thing, let them know that I reached out to their representative and I'm waiting on a phone call back. Oh, and the third option is they would like upgrade me and then even comp my room entirely. And so for them, it's free publicity, right? They give up a room for 1 night and they get a video posted as well as Instagram as well, and probably X. I'll probably post on all 3. And they get free publicity. They don't have to pay me. They just provide a 1-night stay. And I'm going to be utilizing their gym. And if they do that, I'm going to beeline it like straight there for the opportunity to review their whole entire, hotel, especially if it's the 1-bedroom suite, because on their website, it was actually gorgeous, like gorgeous. So I would need more time up there before it gets dark to to film that because, again, I'm going to be at the airport at 5 a.m. And so that's my pitch, is like super close to the airport. That's why I chose it. Free shuttle service starting at 4:40 a.m., etc. So I am, 9:19 right now. I'm going to hit the sack 10:45, 11 o'clock. I will digest a little bit and get probably maybe like a 35-minute body workout in, maybe 40 minutes. I'm feeling kind of frisky, maybe not over the top. All right, chiming in real quickly here. Big update. Thank you, Grok, literally the AI tool on Twitter and X, that formerly Twitter, that I keep always talking to you about, has helped me not only with the dryer, but also, so I kind of was spacing. I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to Switzerland, to Verbus, and snowboard there tomorrow. It's only an hour and 15. You don't even have to get on the main highway. It's just kind of up and over. Once you go down, you just kind of get off and go up. Hour 15. Not bad at all. Like 50-something, 55 minutes closer each direction than Crans, Montana. I was like, cool. Okay, you can still see the Matterhorn a little bit, but the better view is supposed to be over there. Anyway, so I dug in a little bit more and just making sure that my pass was valid. And the Epic Local Pass, which I have, is not valid for that mountain. The Epic Pass with no restricted dates is valid, but you have to stay like a night in lodging in order to get the free lift ticket. So you literally have to stay there, even with the Epic Pass. You have to book lodging. This is only for the 2024-2025 season, which we're still currently in. Now, next season, 2025-2026, Epic Local Pass holders get the same thing Crans, Montana get, 5 consecutive days if you want. You don't have to do all 5 if you don't want to, just like Crans, Montana. I only did 1 day. You can make the different choice if you do decide to go back. And then the Epic Pass holders, I think they are unrestricted. You don't have to worry about it. You get as many days as you want. Epic Local Pass holders, I think you still get some restrictive days like major holidays. You can't do it, but you do get 5 consecutive days. And when I originally looked, I think it was the Epic Pass website. They've actually already updated their system for the 2025-2026 season. So thank you to Grok for literally just saving me an hour and 15 minutes each direction. I probably would have just said, forget it and just bought it. But it's like, I think they said like 90 to 100 US dollars. It's a little bit pricier. So, or was that euro? Regardless, it's pretty pricey. Yeah, because Crans, Montana was in euro, so that would have been even more in US. So I saw the Matterhorn. I got a free day of skiing in with my pass, which I'm stoked on. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to go to Verbus, however you pronounce it, sorry guys, for, like that amount of money. I've already seen the Matterhorn, probably better mountains in the valley anyway. I skied on the Swiss side, skied on the Italian side. Cool, I'm cool. So I still want to go though. So the options are A, I go on another hike, B, I paraglide, or C, I would probably go to either Brevant and just walk up there and hit the gondola, or I do got to review the remainder of the Lexus video, but I could always just walk back. And then before I go to Geneva, just go over there, go to the top level, get an hour for free, finish my review of the car. Anyway, so I'm not going to go full day. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, just ski my brains out. But I'm down for just 4 hours. And Les Ouches is, I think, 50 or 46. And Brevant is for 4 hours. This is only for 4 hours, is 50. So they're both about equal. So either A, I'm going to go hit some jumps at Les Ouches again. I just found that to be a really fun mountain. Or I could go back up to Brevant and get the absolute stunning views tomorrow with clear skies, because there was a little bit of cloud cover that kind of moved in and out when I was there. But I'm leaning more towards Les Ouches and just kind of going back through that road again, seeing the church. For some reason, that stands out for me. Or I take the budget that I was going to do for Verbus, which I wasn't planning on, and I go paragliding. So I'm still kind of up in the air about paragliding. Would it be cool? Sure, it definitely would. So we'll figure it out. I'll let you know tomorrow. It is now 10:31. The time actually crept up pretty quick. So I'm going to do a few sets. I'm definitely going to do 100 squats, 100 push-ups. Might do a few more sets after that, but I do want to get to bed in the next maximum 45 minutes. Just I've been on a good sleep schedule. Wake up at a good time, lazy morning, and then whatever mountain I do go to, like get over there by like noon, you know, instead of pushing out the door and like, yeah, let's go, you know, full blown 6 hours, 6.5 hours. I've got plenty of riding in. I even told you that on the way back from Crans, Montana. I'm like, you know what, I got one more day in me, but I'm skied out. But after resting today, I wouldn't mind getting on the mountain for, you know, 4 hours. Sky's the limit.